Go for it.
Ah, sweet. All right. So today's factspiration is going to be number 94 on the quote-unquote easy chart. What is your character's biggest flaw? And I guess we'll, because, we've been doing this a while, we'll say elaborate. There we go. And let's see. Where is... Oh, fuck. There we go. Player map. Which map are you guys on?
We're
I should
on
probably
Wider
ask.
World.
Oh, okay. Fair. I want to be on that map too. I'm going to go there now. All right, cool. So this question will be brought to you by your friend Lutheria. That's who will ask you the question this week. What is your character's biggest flaw? Explain.
Well, now no one wants to answer it. So
Well,
we can skip it.
I mean, I didn't know you guys were cowards, but all right. So while you guys ruminate on that, does anybody want to give me a recap for a point of DM inspiration? Going once, going twice. Chuck a D20 into chat if you are interested in such a thing. Otherwise, I will go ahead and do the recap and gift the inspiration to who needs it the most. Nobody?
All right,
Okay.
if no one wants to do it, I'll do it. I think it's pretty simple.
Okay, go for it, Anna.
All right. So last time on Odyssey of the Dragonlords, we come upon the scene. We entered the Myrmekes phase of our post-game. We kind of found out a bit about the war effort. We gathered Thylea, we talked to him, and he's going to help us. We convinced him that to help us end the Myrmekes for all, but we had to do a couple things before we headed off to do that. One was we went to save Bullbug. Bullbug and his 50 men who fought bravely against the Myrmekes. We came upon them with our airship. We jumped in there to kind of see what this new threat has to offer. We faced their juggernauts, their harvesters, their plague spreaders, their life tenders, all new forms of this Myrmeke life that is in a way modeled after us, which I think is very cool. Very cool setup. I love it. Out of character. And then we know Bullbag lost an eye, and he's got a very cool joke to go with that. Bullseye. It's a very good joke, Bullbug. And then after we saved Bullbug and as many of those of his troops as we could, we got on an airship and we scried for Karina and Rete. Caught up with them. Rete and Urset had the reunion everyone thought they were gonna have. Was, hey, what's up? That was essentially all that was after being gone for like 8 months. And then we reconnected with Karina. She's rejoined the B team for now against this Myrmekes threat. And after that, we went back to Thylea. We woke up Hypatia from her nap, and now we're heading to where we think where the Prime is located. We found out about the Prime with Cyrus using his shapeshifter abilities to turn into the Myrmekes, and with Hypatia's help, he was able to connect to that hive mind and find out a lot of information about what's going on. We discovered that there's a Prime hidden somewhere, possibly in another plane, guarded by the previous Myrmekes Queen. And I feel like that's about, we're on the precipice of going to take care of this problem. And that's what happened last time.
All right, take your point of DM inspiration. Okay. Does anybody for a D12 inspiration die that lasts the whole session until you use it want to answer what is your character's biggest flaw? Explain. If you're interested in answering this question, throw a D20 into chat. No one is interested?
I'll do it.
Proceed. Oh, you'll do it?
I'll do it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I think everyone knows, but
Okay.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Sure.
Hypatia's biggest weakness is the degree of obsession that she has and develops over certain things. It's arguably a strength. That's why she's the most powerful wizard ever. But definitely very much a one-track mind.
I mean, hyperfocus is a superpower to be sure, but also a tremendous burden at the same time. So, relatable. You may ask the same question of any NPC that you've met during your Odyssey.
It has to be one that I've met. It can't be the upcoming
Nope,
boss fight.
it has to be someone you've met.
Well,
may-
I mean, technically, she was connected via the mind.
Okay.
I mean, you have met the Myrmekes Queen, but the
Yeah.
Myrmekes Queen doesn't truly exist anymore. So yeah.
Nor does she have a weakness.
All right, let's
I think she definitely
go.
had a weakness for sure. Yeah.
Let's go with the Kraken. We've met the Kraken.
Oh, that's a good one. The Kraken's weakness. Trombonicus, huh? Let me see. Been a while since I saw this boy. I have to look upon his face to remember who he is and what he's about. Let's see. Shit, where are you, buddy? Okay. So his weakness is most assuredly like his creator. It is overconfidence. He thinks that he is smarter than everyone else. He is stronger than everyone else, and he is more magically adept than everyone else. And if those situations arise where he is not, he is pretty confident that he's better than whoever he's worried about in some other aspect. And like, he doesn't think, especially now with the demise of Sydon, that there's anyone who could really deal with him if they needed to. So yeah, it's definitely overconfidence, just like his creator. So all right. So here we are at the cusp of a major battle. I'll go ahead and swap out this Musax for something else here. Let's see. Guess we just throw this on in the background. This will be pretty good. All right. And I'll take you back over to the roleplay scene for now. Well, you guys already said goodbye to that dude. Well, you can probably see him fight y'all in the background. Whatever. So you guys are on the airship, I believe, flying to where you believe the epicenter of all of this is, and the entrance to these tunnels for magical scrying and other work last week. Does that sound correct to everybody? This is where we left off, is on the airship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I believe we're going right here, where this very well drawn Myrmekes Queen is.
Ah, yes. Okay. It is on the way there. As you guys prepare for battle, you're fighting things, on either side of the ship. That both Hypatia and Phil, you feel yourselves suddenly overcome with what at first each of you assumes is like indigestion, heartburn, just a taste of like something burning in your mouth and in your throat, in your heart, your chest, your stomach. Phil, you are no stranger to pain, obviously. And it is more of a inconvenience and an annoyance than anything else. Hypatia, also no stranger to pain, but certainly not possessed of the physical might and regenerative properties of Philippocles. This feeling is just tearing you up, and you would certainly at least stagger to the point that others would kind of see the issue, or see that you are under duress. those of you who take notice during the airship flight to the Queen's tunnel, you see that Hypatia and Phil are both glowing intensely from within. And you recognize that this is the divinity, the divine spark that dwells inside them, flaring up and essentially devouring them with its desires. Hypatia, you feel yourself letting go more of your physical self. You understand that with wisdom, there is no need for the physical self. And soon, you can finally let go of all of that and fly free of this prison that you find yourself inside. And once you do, you won't need to worry anymore about the mortal being Hypatia getting in the way of all of the things that you need to do and all of the things that you must attend to. And so Hypatia, moving forward, because you have not taken any precautions against the consumption caused by the divine spark, you will have disadvantage on all strength and dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Okay. Phil, your body constantly regenerating. You feel the divine spark inside you, and you know it for what it is. True strength, true valor, an indomitable force that any foolish enough to challenge will regret instantly and forever. You feel yourself letting go of your mind. That pesky, annoying thing that occasionally tells you to stop, that occasionally tells you to think it through, that slows you down. You have no need of that. And soon, very soon, you will have burned away the parasite that is Philippocles so that you can focus only on valor, only on battle and courage. So moving forward, you now have disadvantage on all intelligence and wisdom saving throws.
All
right. I will add those status effects for your characters. All right. Those of you who kind of witness the decay of your allies, do you do anything or say anything? Like, you don't know the specifics. You only know that you are watching their physical forms essentially be consumed by this otherworldly energy.
When you said glowing, like like actually glowing, like
oh yeah,
is it like a dark glow or a light?
Oh no, it's a beautiful and resplendent glow, like a golden light inside them.
Yeah, I'll come up to Hypatia with Anna.
Yeah, absolutely. Just fly over
and
immediately.
I'll just be like, Hypatia, you're kind of glowing. Do you mean to do that?
I don't know how much longer I can hold on. A while longer, though. It's fine.
What we can do to help?
Oh, I don't think so.
What if you just let it go?
I might have to. But not yet. Not yet.
And yeah, assuming they're reset, as Hypatia and Anastasia will fly over and look at Phil, just standing there, brooding on the front of the ship.
He's not just brooding, he's swinging at every Myrmekes that has the gall to fly up to the ship.
Phil, you're
If they're too far away, he extends the ladder and smacks them with that.
Phil. Phil, you're glowing.
Oh,
Hypatia's not doing so well. How about you?
I'm right where I need to be.
Now, did Hades say anything about them being able to release those sparks or no?
Did he say anything directly to you guys? No, but I do believe it's come up in conversation that they can willingly release them.
Yeah, Anna doesn't know what to do. She just looks down and away, and
Hmm.
it doesn't get any worse.
All right. Then, as you guys continue on your journey, off in the distance, you see Hergeron, who has paid you his thanks and said his goodbyes, engaged in a battle against the horror that was once his sister Yala. It is truly a horrifying and disgusting thing to behold. Each of them standing hundreds of feet high and just fighting it out like Godzilla versus King Kong off in the distance. They seem to be moving so slowly, but you know that a single punch from these creatures would just topple a building, a fortress, a mountain. Yeah, whatever was left of her has been changed irrevocably, and you see that inside of her, much as the Colossus of Mitros, so many smaller Myrmekes sort of pilot her and attack and move about from within, transporting troops and attempting to kill their own creator, to take his flesh and remake him in their image. Right. What is the play for getting past the Myrmekes Queen, or at least the husk of the Myrmekes Queen, and getting into the tunnels? You said you were going to try and distract her and then enter the tunnels. Are you going to try to barrel through? Like, what am I looking at here?
I think we were worried about them getting the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So
So have you selected your B team, and does that B team include enough dragons to essentially try to fly down?
Well,
I think we
our-
did decide on a B team.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, okay. Did we set people aside maybe on the wider world? Let me check.
Yeah, I think we did, because I remember when you asked if I'm bringing Arete.
Oh,
I think,
right. Okay. All right. So let me move peeps over then. You guys were gonna bring Argon and Corinna. You were gonna bring Arete. You were gonna bring Zabulkarax. That's right.
I think they're all favorited on the B team Masterbot.
Oh, okay. Could you just read them off to me there while I'm grabbing
Yeah.
the mute?
Arete, Bullbug, Corinna, Callister, and Kyra.
Okay. So no Zabulkarax. Okay. All right. Arete, Bullbug, Callister, Kyra, and
Corinna.
Okay, got it. All right. I guess everybody's there. All right. Let's see. Phil, you could fly. though it may be a liability if you take passengers, since collectively they know now that they can just dispel magic on your sandals. So I don't know if you want to take passengers with you or not. So currently you would have 3 dragons with Arcarania. Anna, you could fly by yourself. Hypatia has magic broom, though that could also be dispelled. Reset can fly. So Callister could just ride with. I guess he could just ride on Arcarania. Okay. Just making sure everybody's got a lift, because if the intention is to fly down from the airship, we just want to make sure everybody's covered.
Did you guys want me to go Myrmekes Queen?
Maybe not yet. Or what was the plan with that? Are you distracting her with it, or
fight her, or run away, or?
because I think we're just trying to just fly
Yeah.
right past her, right?
I thought we were gonna do 18th level skill challenge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got it queued up. I'm just double I'll just double check it here. Okay.
Well, I think the idea is past her there's some kind of portal, and that or gateway that leads to this prime. In
Oh,
like a
If
other plane.
if Cyrus, you can transform into something that can fly, then you can have like Phil or something.
Well, that's my thoughts. I went Myrmekes Queen form now because I can stay Myrmekes Queen for 8 hours, or
Oh.
until I'm out of HP.
And that
Oh,
one can fly, right?
I can choose one of the 6 adaptations for flight
Oh.
by mimicking one of the
Okay.
dragons.
I can fly myself, and if they just dispel my sandals, then I'll just fall. Like,
Right. Yeah, I'm
We'll be
assuming
fine.
that's what you're gonna do, but I don't think anybody else would appreciate falling.
yeah, I'm not trying to
Yeah.
bring anyone into the realm of 300d6 bludgeoning, which I'm pretty sure I could survive.
My thought being if I
Then-
just do my transformations now before I went down, so they don't see me transform. That was my thought.
Yeah. Maybe if you transform, maybe do you want to take Hypatia then? Because the broom
Yeah.
can also be dispelled.
I mean,
I could
Why do you
also
wanna-
just stay next to one of the dragons who can catch me if I fall.
I can catch you if you fall.
no offense to Cyrus, but I don't think anyone's volunteering to ride on the back of a Myrmekes Queen. That sounds awful.
It's
Alright.
a constant helicopter
I mean,
noise.
yeah, I can also hold on. Let me see how long this lasts. Like if I fly, then someone can ride on Arete, right?
Well, 2 people could ride on a Arete, because Arete is the largest creature, so I would say they could take two
Oh, okay.
passengers. Yeah, 2 people could ride on a horse.
Yeah.
I could carry Bullbug down.
Aw. I mean, Bullbug will ride on your back. That's fine. He's hardcore. Let's see. Okay, so I'm grabbing your Myrmekes lady. Let's see. Probing telepathy. I guess you would still have that. Let's see. Okay, and you'd have Hive Mind. You would not have that. Or that. Or that. Alright, and you can add any 6 abilities, but once you get to 6, you gotta swap them out for other stuff.
Gotcha.
Her innate abilities are her bite, her spit, her slash, her grab, her probing telepathy, her mimicry, her hive mind, a multi-attack that just allows me to make 3, a combination of 3 of her base attacks.
Which I'd have anyway, because I keep my fighter stuff in beast form, so I have 3 attacks.
Gotcha. And then she has a reaction called redirect attack. You could force any attack coming at you to hit another Myrmekes within 10 feet of you. Yeah. So that's her thing. All right, so I'll send that over to you, Myrmekes Queen Cyrus edition.
Could even have the Myrmekes punch itself.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. You are now the proud owner of a discount Myrmekes Queen. There we go. Just get in there, all cozy. It's lovely. All right. So how we're going to do this is, rather than have 18 crazy encounters in a row to sum up exploring all of the Hollow world and finding the queen and all of that, we're going to try doing a sort of chase / skill challenge situation. Obviously, as soon as you enter the Hollow world, the prime will be aware that you are coming, because they have the consciousness of all the Myrmekes. The husk of the queen, as well as the full force of the Myrmekes army, will then, of course, be trying to destroy you. Mechanically, this would be the longest and most grueling tabletop fight any of us has ever run. It would just be hundreds of thousands of minions, and it would take several years to play out with dice. For that reason, even the MCDM minion rules cannot summate the sheer quantity of Myrmekes and hazards that you guys are going to have to navigate. So what we're going to do is assume that as soon as you enter that hole, as soon as you go down into the ground, your lives are in constant jeopardy. So there will be a number of challenges that you must deal with, skill challenges. They will have a set DC, and you will need to get a number of successes per area. You will attempt them in initiative order. So there'll be rounds, essentially. Each time a skill is attempted the second time, the base DC goes up by 2. And so repeating the same skills over and over and over again will become increasingly more and more difficult. There will be a handful of skills, saves, checks, whatever, that were written down ahead of time for each of the challenges that have a secret and lower DC than the regular ones, but you will not be told ahead of time what they are, because you guys have been playing D&D a long time. This is your first skill challenge, so the idea is to kind of encourage you guys to try out things and think of things. If a round ends and you have not gotten enough successes for that area, each of you ends up rolling on the succeeded cost out of combat table to represent the wear and tear of the full brunt and the full force of the Myrmekes army, just tearing away at you, blasting you with spells, and so on and so forth. So if you get stuck on a particular challenge and round after round keeps passing and you're not generating enough successes, you could die. Like, you could get enough exhaustion to die, you could just run out of spells. It could be really bad for you. So it is important that you do make it out of here. The threats are real and the stakes are pretty high. If you get 10 or more, 10 or higher on the check that you are rolling, you will get 2 successes. If you get the DC that is needed, you'll get a success. And if you get a failure, you get nothing. And if you fail by 10 or more, you will actually lose one of your current successes, but you cannot go into the negatives. But if you're doing really badly, you could be losing any progress that you're making and continue to be stuck there and continue to get worn down by those succeeded cost penalties. So it could get really bad. There are branching paths that you could take. So not all of the, there's some challenges that might be easier than others, but you don't know. And so you sort of pick, which direction to go, sort of thing. And I think that kind of sums it up. And then ultimately the idea is that you make it to your destination before you are worn down to nothing. Now, you do have Hypatia, and Hypatia has essentially teleport exit strategy. So if it looks like you're going to fail, you may want to bail out. If you bail out, they will destroy Astoria and terraform it and kill every person that lives there and turn them all into Myrmekes.
Okay, time for questions, right?
What questions would those be?
Alright, first question. Did you receive my application to switch classes to a rogue? I'm kidding.
Yeah. So Skull Shackles, I think half the party was rogues and bards. So these high-level skill challenges were like kind of a joke. Oh, and they had an artificer too. So if for
we've
whatever
got
reason,
all three of those things.
yeah. So if for whatever reason the bard and the two rogues didn't make the checks, the artificer just made them make the checks. So yeah, you guys are gonna probably have a bit of a harder time. I mean, I anticipate somebody trying to do athletics for everything. You know, but you know, we'll see what happens.
All right, real question time. Can we substitute skill checks through use of features and spells if they make sense and are applicable?
Yes, there's actually in my notes, it designates certain challenges can be overcome, and it lists a specific value of non-renewable resource that it's after.
Okay.
Yep. So you can because you know it's the 5th age of magic. You can magic your way out of all your problems, but you will be draining your resources to do so.
Yep.
And you can never critically succeed and get 2 successes. So if you burn a resource, you are only getting 1 success.
Okay.
Yep. Because you're basically foregoing the need to roll. So, yeah. And the Hollow World is quite large. So there are a number of challenges you have to overcome.
And we could use our like B team people, right, for stuff.
Yeah, I mean that is a renewable resource.
Okay. All right, that's all the questions I had at this time.
All right. Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let me change out the music then. And oh, we'll go ahead and grab all you guys. I'll move you over to the map full of bugs because that'll be a good backdrop for all of this. And then as you get to different challenges, I'll throw up like all over my keyword. I'll toss up onto the onto Foundry like I don't know, like a flavor image or whatever, and like so you guys can, you know, see like, oh, this is what this area looks like.
How many bug images does this guy have?
Oh, we live in the year 2023. I have as many images as I want. It's horrifying. All right, let's see. Where are the bugs at? Ah, here we go. Desolated Lands. Queen Edition. Maybe? Oh no, that's not the right one. Desolated Lands. Queen Edition. Excellent. Alright, put you guys down. And let's see. Do that. Activate. And Muzak. Alright. So your first challenge will be to enter the tunnel itself. So all I need from you guys is to roll yourselves into initiative.
We need an encounter.
Oh, my bad. Let's see. I'll add Cyrus then manually then. Boop. Okay. All right, so the challenge here is to enter the tunnel. So rather than burn through the queen's, let me check, 1,700 hit points. You are going to try and, I guess, get her out of the way, or find a way to get all of your peeps past her. All right, so let's see.
I guess one of those Myrmekes Queens is mine. I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Damn, Myrmekes Queen got a good ass initiative.
Oh, I rolled twice? Oh.
All right, nice. Okay. So all I need by the end of this round, 5 successes. All right, Myrmekes Queen.
Best I can do
Stop.
for you.
Myrmekes Queen, Cyrus Edition. What do you do?
We will, using survival,
All right.
just kind of mentally pulse the Mimikyu to get out of the way.
Ooh, okay, I like that. All right, go ahead and roll a survival. Because you're using psionics, it could be intelligence or wisdom, your choice.
They're actually the same. We got 20s across the board.
Hey, you don't have to spill all her tea. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
That's her base stats when you first met her. Okay. All right. So as you try to tap in to this network and sort of control the bugs, you feel the presence of the Queen's husk, as if 1,000 screaming voices try to drown you out. That was not successful. All right. Play passes to Phil.
All right, I'm gonna pick up this dude. I'm gonna throw it at this one to knock her off balance to give an opening for us to run into the portal.
Okay. I'll actually show these hidden rolls too, my bad. So you got a 16, so it was not enough. So you're gonna throw her or him at her. That sounds like an athletics check.
What? What?
That's
There you go.
crazy. Okay. 32 is enough. That is one success. She kind of is smashed to the side as you chuck this dude, and he kind of bounces off of her, cartwheeling out of the way. He fans his wings, lands, draws his scythe, and begins to fly towards the party. Resets. One success.
Okay. Before I choose, I need to know what constitutes as an animal.
What constitutes as an animal?
Yeah.
Anything that Anna
like,
likes.
In the fifth age of magic, anything that is a beast is considered an animal.
All right. So there are no animals on this map, right?
No. The Myrmekes are either humanoids or aberrations at this point,
Reset,
or monstrosities.
Yeah, she whistles. She picked up insect handling instead.
Mm.
But she will use, and so as Phil throws the big guy, she's going to watch carefully and look for weaknesses of
Okay.
Myrmekes Queen to kind of get an insightful reading
Oh,
of
okay.
what might be a good place to like go into the hole from.
Sure. Insightful. That sounds like an investigation. Now, roll an insight check for me.
Alright.
Oh shit. All right. Wow. A 31 is a success. Oh, also I should mention. Oh yeah, sorry. Phil, athletics was one of the secret skills for this challenge. So that would actually have been 2 successes. So, Reset, that was not a secret skill, so that did not succeed by 10 or more. So that's 3 successes so far. All right. So Reset, you see that she is very confused by this smaller Myrmekes Queen trying to hack into the network, and that is sort of, as long as her focus is on that, that's going to give everybody a chance to sort of avoid some of her attacks and some of the reinforcements that are coming in. So good insight check there. Hypatia. Are you with us, Hypatia?
Sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
I am going to attempt to examine my natural surroundings and the terrain around us to determine the best path through the Myrmekes legs, like taking advantage of any like dips and like rock cover and things like that.
Okay. So this is sounding like survival or perception. Which one are we going with here?
Nature, maybe? I thought
Nature. Okay, yeah, nature would work. Yeah, okay, because these are based off of ants. Go ahead and give me a knowledge nature.
Some geography in here. So.
Oh shit. Well, that is the natty 20, so that is that's all gonna count that as 10 higher. So that's the 5 successes you guys need. Anna, you don't got to wait. Oh wait, but we got to see if Anna flubs it up, then you'll lose the point.
Do we get boons? We're
boons for this stuff?
We're kind of simulating combat, and we're succeeding at a cost. So.
Sure. You could do boons on nat 20s if you guys are willing to take out of combat penalties for natty 1s. That'll have to balance it out. Because we can't do consequences, we'd have to do even more out of initiative succeeded at cost penalties. I don't know if that's worth boons, honestly, because a lot of the
I don't think
a lot of the boons are a lot of the boons are mostly just in good for combat. So yeah, all right. I mean they're already counting as 2 successes, which is pretty fucking good.
True.
All right, Anna, just don't flub it up. What do you got?
Well, actually, I have a question.
Sure.
Can I forego rolling a check to help my allies with with their check, or everyone has to
no.
do their own thing?
You must do your own thing.
Okay. That's fine.
If you wanted to burn your once per day Anna inspiration,
okay.
You could.
All right, I'll save that for the next
okay.
difficult one. No, okay. I'll just kind of fly around with Arcarania, Kyra. We'll just kind of distract some of the flyers, get them to chase us, and then get away from them. Doing my very best to not get blocked up like I did in our first fight where they surround every square. So I'd like to make an acrobatics check to just kind of show them superior fly skills.
All right.
And hopefully not roll a 1. Oh god.
Okay, 24 is not enough, but acrobatics was one of the secret skill checks for this encounter. So you did not flub it up, and you guys are able, as she rushes towards you, to rush past her and into the hole. She immediately wheels around and begins to chase after you, dropping a meteor swarm on the entrance before heading in after you. Alright, so she's just screaming, launching spells at you, Myrmekes are jumping out of everywhere, and now you must navigate the many tunnels within the Hollow World. Let me grab the art for Jishwan. Here we go. Just for some flavor.
I'm imagining those little like stick figure guys as they move across the board.
Alright, and I'm going to end this combat round. And you guys have to do fresh initiative for the next scene. Where's Hypatia? Let's see.
Oh, I'm under Cyrus.
Oh, okay. There we go. Excellent. Alright, so give me fresh initiative rolls. So as you enter the tunnel, it begins to branch in so many different directions. And as you get deeper, some of them head up, down, left, right. Gravity begins to become meaningless, and a lot of the properties you remember from the tunnels of Pandemonium start to come into play. Howling winds, carrying on those winds swarms of Myrmekes drones, plague bears, and other horrors that you haven't even seen before. So, starting things off, what are these double Myrmekes Queen skin? Hold on.
I think she must have initiative advantage.
Oh, maybe you guys are linked. Like, Myrmekes linked. Oh, that'd be crazy. All right. Okay, so starting things off is Reset.
So there's a bunch like swarming behind us, right? Like
Oh, literally everywhere you look. You remember like the end of the first Avengers movie where there was like bug aliens and like flying sea serpents fucking everywhere? Like there was like Hawkeye could just close his eyes, just fucking fire arrows. He would just kill somebody. It didn't matter if he was good at bow and arrow. He would just kill people. There's so many bad guys. That's where you guys are at.
okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is to try to get some of them off our tail, I guess, as we navigate, because I'm going to leave the navigation to someone smarter.
Okay.
I'm going to, because I know they like to copy us, I'm going to do like a crazy, really cool barrel roll maneuver alongside like the wall or whatever, like really close to a wall or like a stalactite or whatever, and basically very narrowly like make my way through the tunnel, so the Myrmekes who follow, they'll like, you know, they'll fail their checks and then hit the wall and stuff. Basically to just get a whole bunch of them to crash into each other.
Okay. So this sounds like acrobatics. Is that?
I'm going for like a performance, like a really
Oh, like
of
the
movement,
reset, dexterity, dancing,
Yeah.
like okay, misleading movements, all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
go
and
for it.
out.
Go for it. Give me a dexterity performance.
All right. Oh, and I want to have advantage on this one.
How do you have advantage on it?
My inspiration.
Oh, okay, you're gonna use your inspiration. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Did it roll or?
I don't see it.
Okay, let me. Click
Oh,
it again.
there it is. There it is. All right. So that came out as a 18, which is not enough.
Okay.
All right. In this chamber, to navigate these tunnels, you will need 5 successes at the end of a round. All right. Then play passes to Hypatia. The creatures chasing you guys know these tunnels well. The walls themselves move because there are so many small Myrmekes spawn making their way through the tunnels. It seems impossible to mislead them. Hypatia, what do you got?
Okay, so first I have to clean up some puppy poop. So can somebody roll this check for me? And
Okay.
secondly, I would like to think back to my days in the academy and reading all the reading that I had done about the Hollow World and travelers who had been there before. So I'd like to make a history check.
Sounds good. All right. Trying to recall the layout of the cosmology of the world, what sort of dangers to anticipate, those sort of thing. You get a 26, which is a success.
Yeah.
All right. Play passes to Phil. Hypatia shouting out reminders of the different things that you guys have reviewed and know about the Hollow World, and what dangers to watch out for.
I'm gonna take those reminders and I'm gonna use it with my natural survivalist background and try and navigate us through the tunnels in the ways that look the safest and the smartest ways to go.
Okay.
So I'm trying to use survival.
Okay, survival.
To lead,
All right.
to lead everybody. And I'll use a DM inspiration for this one.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing you used inspiration. 25 is a success.
Awesome.
All right. Play passes to Myrmekes Cyrus.
All right. And we're just gonna think really loud left while going right. Trying to do a bit of sleight of hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So let's see. Oh, well, shit. All right. Yeah. You sort of try to direct the creatures following you tapping into their psionic network, fooling them with your mind's thoughts, but your body's movements, sending them well off track. Good job. Man. All right. Play passes to Anastasia.
Certainly looks daunting. Our current situation. I want to know if you would allow me to persuade my allies that we will succeed.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, because like maybe there's like crazy stuff we're seeing down here that no one's ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Keep everyone calm and focused.
All right, go for it. And this would be a racial ability of a siren is advantage on these, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, a 20 is not enough. Over the drone of the Myrmekes, their screams, their cries, their psionic taunts and threats and shouts, it is hard for your allies, even on the network, to hear your words of encouragement. All right, we're at 3 out of 5 at the end of the round. Here comes the cost. Let's see, here we go. Alright, you gain a level of exhaustion. If this result occurs during a long rest or camp, you gain alright, so each of you would gain a point of exhaustion. If
We would
you
all lose our well rested, right?
Right. If you all have well rested, then it would be gone. Alright. Heading into the next round, Reset.
Okay, so these tunnels, they are kind of maze-like, yeah?
Absolutely.
Could I use Bullbug to basically ask Bullbug to basically have him lead us in the right direction? And I mean, he's not an animal, but
Right.
But Bullbug behaves like a well-trained, domesticated child bull. If I threw a frisbee, would Bullbug try to catch it?
I think it's well established that we allow animal handling checks for children, and that Bullbug, even post Myrmekes War or mid Myrmekes War, missing eyeball Bullbug is still very childlike at heart. I will allow an animal handling for Bullbug.
I'm just saying, we're not rogues. Animal handling's all we got.
Well, sometimes sometimes the party comp is exactly what you need. Sometimes it's not. All right. It is a good check, but it is not enough. All right. Play passes to.
Can we could succeed at a cost of these, right?
You could, and then you yourself would get an out of combat thing, but it might be better than the whole team getting it.
Yeah, we also have the Callister, so.
God, that's 2 out of combat. Oh my God!
I'm just saying.
Hey, all right. Hey, it's better than all 5. It's better than all 5 of you getting it. It's better than all 5 of you getting it. Okay. Hypatia, you're up.
Okay. This is still same challenge. Yeah, we have not moved on to a new one. Okay. So, I want to perceive the best route through the hollow world. I guess.
Okay.
And I naturally have advantage on wisdom checks.
Okay. All right. Ooh. A 28 is a success. You need one more success to navigate through these tunnels and go deeper into the hollow world towards your destination. Phil, to you.
Okay. There's like plants and stuff down here, right?
Yes, there's all
Alright,
sorts
alright.
of living crystals, strange fungi, and weird arcane lichen.
Alright, I'm gonna try to use my knowledge of nature to have
Okay.
us avoid any dangerous plants, poisonous plants, anything that we shouldn't be going near.
Hmm.
I'm gonna use another DM inspiration. Oh man, I had so many of the take and it's already going down.
Woo! All right. 25 is a success. All right. You just need to make sure that that the Myrmekes Queen and Anastasia both don't flub it. All right. Yes. Paying attention to the layout of the passages, the air currents passing over the local fauna, you get a better sense of where you're going and redirect the party that way. Cyrus, in the body of the Myrmekes Queen, with Bullbug riding on your back, trying to use his labyrinth radar, but failing because the walls are covered in moving bugs. What do?
Well, in times like these, it's probably best to dance our hearts out. We're just gonna do a performance check to try to.
Just going to dance? Just like.
You step on all the bugs, yeah.
Using the insectoid dancing like bees do.
Oh, I see. Okay, like bees do.
Try to mimic.
Okay. Ooh,
Dance.
no. Okay. As you begin gyrating your thorax, moving your wings, and essentially signaling to the Myrmekes to get out of this small queen's way, it is not well received at all. Perhaps you move a leg segment a bit too quickly. Perhaps your thorax is just not as good as you thought it was. Unfortunately, this is 10 or more below. That means you lose one. So you're back down to 4 successes. So now all the pressure is back on Anna.
Well, I feel like this is gonna be a theme.
What?
So we
I
only
mean, with
need-
your initiative rolls, yes,
Yeah.
probably.
That's
You're
so
the
funny.
anchor!
So we only need 1 success,
Yep,
and if I use an ability or maybe a spell, it might be a guaranteed success.
correct. Yep.
Okay. All right. So as we're like flying through these tunnels, like we come to an intersection. There's this dope ass crystal there,
Mm-hmm.
and I see it, and I see how big it is, and how it might reflect light very well. And I'm gonna bring the power of the sun, soul baby.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna cast daylight like inside the crystal to like blind them, so we can like get past.
Oh, jeez.
We can go
And
deeper.
aren't all that's a you're burning a warlock spell slot there.
Yeah, on daylight the
God-
spell.
God damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's automatically upcast to 5th level since I'm. Like,
All
I don't
right.
think it
Yeah.
does
So as
anything.
you cast it on the crystal, just an illumination like a fucking lighthouse goes off. You hear the screams of Myrmekes as they, having become accustomed to the dim phosphorescent glow of the hollow world, they flee from the sun. And in doing so, you find the passage you need, moving into a larger chamber beyond.
Save that for paper rocks. That's my only clever idea.
Whew. All right. So. Okay. As you leave behind the pursuing queen, for now, you make your way through the tunnels, and then they open up into a much larger chamber, a massive chamber. It seems empty at first, and then you see the walls begin to move. And you see, as the swarm takes flight, that their bodies were concealing ever so many holes and tunnels that lead into this vast central chamber. And soon dozens, and then hundreds, and perhaps over 1,000 Myrmekes fly into the chamber towards you. This chamber will require 10 successes. Because it is a more combat-focused challenge, you could use combat rolls. But keep in mind that each time a melee attack is used, the difficulty will go up by 2, and each time a ranged attack is used, it will go up by 2. So you guys could just literally fight your way through it with, your normal basic attacks, but it will become increasingly harder and harder to land them. All right. Go ahead and roll you guys into initiative real quick. Whoop, 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 whoop. Meh. I'll be good at running VTT D&D someday. I believe it. Here we go. Bloop. And I couldn't get a cool picture of like just fighting an endless swarm of bugs, but I did get a pretty cool looking like just scene like of like the cave, like a big cavern. So we'll go ahead and throw that up real quick. Maybe. There it is. All right. And we will. I don't know why it keeps rolling 2 Myrmekes Queens. Let's see. I'm just gonna delete this other Myrmekes Queen for now. There we go. And we're gonna begin combat. All right. So Phil, they're coming. Hundreds, maybe over 1,000 Myrmekes converging on your location. You are essentially flying in the center of a vast chamber, and they are coming from every direction.
Okay.
You know that you will have to endure long enough to find the right exit, because choosing the wrong one could send you into a dead end, and that will be the end of things. We'll go off of Reset's cool idea earlier, and essentially you guys are protecting Bullbug while he activates the Minotaur radar to try to make sure you guys aren't going down a dead end and essentially getting killed.
It's like adjusting the horns on his head.
Yeah. He's got little pieces of tinfoil at the end of the tips. It's like, yeah.
I'm gonna start off by pressing the black button on my rod.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let out a aura, a terrifying presence to hear the encroaching Myrmekes. This is a once-a-day ability.
And that is a once-a-day ability. That is an auto success. You have 1 out of 10 successes for this chamber. All right. Play passes to Reset.
Okay. I have proficiency in bells and ribbons.
Okay.
So what I want to do is I want to set up like a bunch of bells and ribbons around us, so that as soon as a Myrmekes gets like close enough, kind of thing, it like rings, and then we can just base off a reaction of sound attack them. So it's to help help our reaction speed, I guess, in defending Bullbug.
Okay.
And I will be doing this like very quickly and acrobatically, like just swirling around, putting the bells everywhere.
Okay. So this is like a tool set you're proficient in.
It's a tool proficiency, yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, give me a dexterity plus proficiency. So that'd be a d20 plus 9.
Okay. Should I just roll acrobatics?
If that's the same proficiency, then sure.
Yeah.
Ooh. 21 is not high enough.
Is it a 4 for succeed at a cost?
It is within 4. So you're using Callister's.
Yeah.
Succeeded a Calicost. All right.
Costicles.
Costicles. Okay. All right. Here comes your first detriment, and then here is your second detriment. So burnout, you lose one of your highest level spell slots. If you have no spell slots to lose, you take true damage equal to your character level times your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So 18 times 6.
So true damage, does that...
That
go
true damage
through
means
temptation?
there's no typing, so there's no way to resist it. You just take it.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's 108 points of damage. I think rather than like stringing bells, I don't think there's enough time for that. I think this is very much like a kung fu movie where you just have the bells at the end of the ribbons and you're just fucking like bapping them with it and then like wrapping the ribbon around them and like swinging them around with your tremendous strength from the belt you got from that riddle contest, and then you smashing bugs with bugs and you know when they fight with like the rope and the silk and all that in the movies. All right. Then you gain a misfortune token, so then you would just lose your lucky status from the previous battle. Okay, and that would be a success. Whew. Okay. Anna, to you.
Okay. I guess inspired by Rosette's Song of Storms reference. She's just gonna tap into the inner siren, and she's just gonna start singing to hopefully draw them into maybe some kind of trap their other allies might lay. So maybe this will lead into someone else's, but I'm gonna try and lure them all towards me.
Oh, okay.
With a
fair enough. The ones that are not afraid to approach from the fear of Phil's mighty black rod are drawn in by your music. Hopefully, not to your detriment. Give me a performance, charisma performance. And this was a normal roll, yeah?
No, it's to be advantage.
Oh, it's with advantage. Thank goodness. All right. A 30 is a success, but not 10 more than what you needed. All right. That brings us to Hypatia.
Okay, so some of these bugs are going to be the caster type bugs, right?
For sure, yes.
Okay, so I am going to analyze their spell casting abilities and determine the best way to counter their spells. I would like to make an Arcana check.
All right, yeah, go for it. Intelligence Arcana. Oh, beautiful. This is definitely a success. ...
No. it could just be a success, that's fine.
Fair enough. All right.
That first one that would have killed me.
Yeah. Okay, so, well, we definitely don't want to get that at the end of the round. Oof. So that's a good question. What if one of the results knocked one of you guys out of the fight? One of you would then need to use your action to, instead of trying to get a success, you would need to use some sort of healing action to bring that person back so that they could keep making checks. Does that check out with everybody?
No.
All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. So Anna lures them in, and as some are frightened and some are lured in, and others are just being beaten to death with bells and ribbons by Rosette, you scan for all the spellcasters and take a log of what you are seeing. One of the most disturbing things is that they apparently have druids amongst their number. You see that some of the Myrmekes are shifting their forms into those of different sorts of animals, all of which still retain a sort of horrifying insectile nature. But yeah, they pretty much have all the classes covered at this point as far as spellcasting goes. All right, play passes to Cyrus.
We can't let the outer world to get the homebrew.
Yeah,
or else we're doomed.
You see a mail carrier pass you. He has the Serpent Seas Player's Guide. All of them will soon be wolf riding, and then that will be the end of all creation. So, yeah, it's so strong. All right, Cyrus, what do you do?
All right, how many successes are we at?
You are at 4 out of 10. It's inevitable this round that you will take some kind of penalty to sort of represent that this just, unless you guys had each succeeded critically, there was no way to prevent at least one horrible thing from happening from all these Myrmekes. But you wanna definitely get some successes so that you can minimize this to maybe two rounds tops. So what is the
Alright.
play? Keeping in mind that this is a since there's so many, combat rolls are most assuredly allowed in this encounter.
Well, we are going to actually try to use our athletics
Okay.
through maneuvering around, trying to get Bullbug a better reception for these tunnels.
Okay.
and zipping
Okay.
around.
All right. Sounds good. So you kind of ooh. Okay. 21 is not enough.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Let it ride. Okay. Heading into the end of the rounds. All right. Unlucky. Each of you gains a misfortune token, which I think would kick everybody into unlucky. So I can tick those on for you, or you guys can find them yourselves. It's up to you. Let's see. Can I clump assign them? Oh, you guys got it. Okay, cool. All right. That brings us into the next round. That was, I mean, it says unlucky, but of all the things that could have happened, 108 damage seems a lot worse than unlucky. But it's going to make all the checks even harder to do now. Phil, the onslaught of 1,000+ Myrmekes drones, casters, beefy boys, and some even more horrifying things continues their assault on you. The way back has been blocked. The way forward, still unknown. You see a little stream of blood coming out of one of Bullbug's nostrils as he is just taxing his Minotaur senses, trying to find a way out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start hitting them recklessly.
Oh shit, okay. Alright, go ahead and give me an attack roll. Oof, 22 is not enough.
I'll succeed at the cost.
Okay. Defeated. You have disadvantage to all attacks, saves, or skill checks. So you make, until the end of your next long rest. Oh my god. Alright. But you do succeed. You have 5 out of 10 for this chamber.
Is
All
there
right.
a custom effect for that?
Yeah, I got it for you. Alright, Reset, to you.
Okay. I'm going to use my my storm boomerang.
Okay.
This effect. So it's a once per day effect that basically it'll knock things prone, kind of. I kind of just want to do it like I know it's like the effect is supposed to only be one target, but I guess for flavor, could I just like
Oh,
do
yeah,
a
yeah,
higher
yeah, yeah.
roll of-
In these kind of challenges, like, we turn the anime up to like 11, so yeah.
Yeah, so just to clear like one tunnel of bugs, I'm gonna throw the boomerang and activate its effect here.
Okay, and that's a limited per day situation.
It is, yeah.
Okay. You use your daily use of the boomerang, and yeah, you blast a shitload of Myrmekes. You standing back to back with, or flying near Phil, you see that Phil is recklessly just attacking all these Myrmekes, and in turn, they are pummeling him. While his body is regenerating the wounds, you can see that like tendons are being torn, bones are being broken. His body held together only by the power of the spark of valor. You turn, see another swarm approaching, throw the boomerang, and it just detonates with a thunderous boom, breaking carapace and sending the swarm flying, only to have dozens more take their place. All right, 4 more successes. Anna.
Alright, so now that I've lured them in, I'm going to do some cool aerial maneuver. Kind of drift through the air as I, like a barrel roll, like a cool jet maneuver. And then as I'm doing this, I'm going to fly back, and then they're all going to be in like kind of a clump together, and I'm just going to fire all 4 of my radiant arrow blasts through all of them, like Samus Aran's Spazer beam, just and then
Okay.
cut
You
off
just
their
need to give me
wings.
just give me one to represent the whole thing. Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Oof.
Okay. Yeah, 22 is not gonna do it.
So we're doing this still. We're still doing the out of combat succeeded a cost.
Yeah, they are all out of combat succeeded cost.
Oh.
Also, the reset succeeded. Let's see. Oh, actually, Phil, you would not have had defeated because combat was one of the as weird as this sounds, since I suggested it. Combat was one of the secret skills that that had a lower DC. So it started at 20 instead of 25. And then Reset got the 22 with her 25. Right now it is at a 20.
I thought Reset was auto succeed.
Oh yeah. So Reset's was auto succeed, so it didn't roll. So Anna, you're the first one to attack with a ranged attack, so it would be at 20. So a 22 would have succeeded.
Okay.
All right.
Thank goodness.
All right. Cool. All right. Play fastest to.
Yeah, I cut off a bunch of their wings, and then I'm like, I'm sorry.
All right. I am going to attempt to insight Bullbug to determine if he has determined which direction, at least, is the appropriate direction, so that I can start steering the party in that direction.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight on Bullbug to see if you can kind of get in there and sort of coax the information out of him.
You have advantage on this one?
I do.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. 23 is pretty close. But not enough.
I can't risk it, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
Wait, how many more do we need?
You need 3 more.
Yeah.
All right. So Hypatia, you connect to Bullbug's mind, and you find when you're in there that the Myrmekes are preventing him from trying to probe the layout of the tunnels. They are using their psionic abilities to dampen and stop his Minotaur abilities, as they did in the previous section of tunnels. So that whole thing is happening. All right, Myrmekes Queen, to you.
All right.
So yeah, Myrmekes Queen, play passes to you. The camera goes from Anastasia, who's just illuminated with like golden fire and just launching like so many Eldritch blasts that it's way more than the actual economy should support. And then it kind of goes to Hypatia, who she and her snakes all have like glowing eyes as they try to like connect with Bullbug and help him. And then the camera pans over to you.
All right. So we
currently the DC for melee attacks is 22. The DC for ranged attacks is also 22.
We are going to try to use our Desert Wind.
Ooh, okay.
To create a barrier around us to try to just knock some of these Myrmekes out of the way so they can't quite see us or hit us.
Okay. And that is
resource.
that's a once per day?
Yes.
All right, so as you trigger that, it begins to swirl and buffet around the group, and any of the Myrmekes that make it past the fear, the fighting, the blasting, the ribbons of death, and everything else that's happening, they then get buffeted by these desert winds and blown off course. You need 2 more successes, but we're at the end of the round. How will fate treat everyone? I mean, you're personally friends with all 3 of them, but let's see how it goes. Mishap. Any material, tools, weapons, etc. used to achieve the goal are destroyed. If no such materials were used, instead gain a misfortune and an exhaustion. Yikes. Okay, So that would put everybody at 2 misfortune, and now you gain an actual point of exhaustion, which will make all of these skill checks even harder.
My bells don't count, right? As tools.
Shit. I mean, I guess they would, yeah, but were you the only one that used items? No, because then it feels like weapon would break too, right? Yeah.
I mean, could it break?
Would you actually like lose your weapon rather than take a point of exhaustion?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay. We're just gonna pass over the materials tools part and just go with the misfortune exhaustion.
I was willing to lose this potion of flying I was gonna use.
All right. That takes us into the next round. Phil, 2 successes are needed, and they need to be maintained through the round. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, only one other melee attack has happened, so I'm gonna just attack again recklessly.
Okay. Alright, trying for a DC 24.
How do I make it a 2 for the misfortune?
Oh, you just track somewhere on your character sheet. Like with the custom resources.
I mean, you also just.
We're not getting lucky, bro. We're not getting lucky, so.
Aww. Yeah, or like Hypatia did, you could just add a 2 to it by just clicking it a second time, I believe. Let's see. I too am a player sometimes. There we go. Yeah. All right. So, Phil, you are getting tired, but a 24 does manage to fend off and murder a good 10 or 12 Myrmekes as they fly towards Bullbug. Alright, Reset, only 1 more success is needed, but 10 successes must be maintained till the end of the round, so it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of pad and a little bit of cushion there.
How does the a 1 per short rest ability do? Because we're not going to get short rests.
Ooh, good point. What is if it's a once per short rest rather than a one, like Anna's spells are a once per short rest, so that works too. But it just needs to be kind of thematic to what you're doing. So what is your short rest when you're hoping to do?
So seeing that Bullbug is having trouble and maybe the pressure is getting to him because like of all the bugs, I'm gonna activate my inspiring leader.
Okay.
Less.
Wow.
So he can, do better.
Listen, anybody gives that bless without concentration, that's worth a fucking fortune. Okay, that is a success. You guys feel blessed by Reset's inspiring leadership. All right, you see the blood just kind of flowing from his eyes now, his ears, his nose, and he opens his eyes and he sees you, Reset, and he says, I almost got it! There's 2 passages! There! And there! And off in the distance, you see that 1 passage glows with orange light, and 1 passage glows with green light. Okay. Play passes to Anastasia.
So we only need 1 more? Or we need to maintain.
Oh, you just need to maintain. So you, Hypatia, and Cyrus cannot critically fail. You cannot get. Yeah.
Okay.
Keeping in mind that with exhaustion, all these skill checks are going to default to, or these ability checks are going to default to disadvantage. The number to hit for melee is 26. The number to hit for range is still 22. And remember, you just don't want to miss by 10 or more, or get a nat 1.
Yeah, got it. All right. But wasting no time, as soon as Bullbug points out one of the portals, Anastasia will start flying away that way, shooting arrows to kind of make us a path. I'll try and shoot again. Go.
Oh shit. Okay. 32 is 10 higher than the range thing, right? Because it was at 22. So that is a critical success. You are now at 12 successes. So even if Hypatia and Cyrus, Flubbit, you guys will have enough to make it through the round. All right. Well done, Anna. Okay.
This way. You know.
All right. I will spare you guys the rolling if you would like, since there's no way mathematically for you guys to fail this now that you're at 12.
Well, if we
Yeah.
don't need it for the skill check, could we do it for insight as to which tunnel to take?
No, we.
Ooh,
Oh.
maybe. Yeah, I mean, I would allow a skill check to see if you could figure out which tunnel is what. That sounds cool. All right, Hypatia, what skill check would you do to try to determine orange tunnel versus green tunnel?
Well, I suppose I. Let's use Arcana to determine which one is more likely to lead to a demiplane. I should be able to, kind of figure that out.
Okay.
I had a similar mindset. Could I assist on that?
And you guys both just want to do one roll for this, so then
Yeah.
Hypatia would roll normally. I would allow that, sure.
I was going to try to taste for arcane energy on the air.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
So this ends up being a straight roll because exhaustion plus health, which is a 29. Hypatia, you know that the orange passage is full of naturally occurring hazards, and that the green passage is full of more extraordinary and arcane hazards.
Okay, we will take the green passage then.
Interesting choice. Is that?
Oh, wait, okay, is that not right?
Hold on.
Can I
We'll
do
see
that?
the poll. All right, hold on.
We'll-
Choose.
We can
the
take
No,
it out.
I mean, Hypatia
your-
made the check. We can take the path that she wants. Into wisdom saves.
All right. Just out of curiosity, I'll just throw this completely innocent poll up here. Oh no. Okay. All right, Hypatia. As you suggest, green. The others have a better feeling about orange for some reason.
Okay, that's fine. You better protect me when rocks fall and I die.
I've been doing that for how long?
Are you reading my notes? Like, let's see. Okay. All right. So with your fighting done, you manage to hold them off long enough, find a passage through, and leave the swarm behind. As you fly into the passageway, Anna, Reset, Phil, and Cyrus, you guys begin attacking the tunnel itself, caving it in behind you, and hopefully buying you more time. Just as the passage is caving in, you see her burst into the huge chamber that you were just in, the undead husk of the Myrmekes Queen, hot on your heels. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, immediately you feel the intense heat of something that is well familiar to all of you by now. It's lava. So, as you guys enter this passage, you see that Myrmekes, well adjusted to these volcanic depths, their carapaces shiny black like obsidian, glowing with a magical heat beneath, begin to take flight. Flames burst from their bodies, and breath weapons spray from their mandibles. As they begin to move, the whole chamber, the passage, the tunnel begins to shift and crumble. The ceiling, such as it is, cracks open, and rivulets of lava begin to pour down, forming pillars of flame. You must somehow make it through to the other side. So this is going to be 5 successes to get to the other side of this chamber that is just filled with lava. Oh, and essentially fire beetles, like very strong, high-level fire beetles. Let's see. Just is the one you chose. There we go. So there's this. And then we end combat. Throw you guys into combat. Mm. Put on some music. All right. Get that Myrmekes Queen in there. Boop. And begin. All right, Myrmekes Queen. Lava falls, cascading from ceiling to floor, from floor to ceiling, from wall to wall. Again, strange, pandemonium-esque gravity just sort of creates these almost like a maze of lasers. You know, when they're like robbing a bank and they have to kind of like do all the weird like yoga to get through all the laser beams. It's like just going in every which way as that is happening. Rocks are tumbling down from the ceiling, and geysers of steam are jetting from the walls, and then these huge fire beetle-esque Myrmekes are making their way towards you, bellowing flames from their mandibles and wings. What do you do, Cyrus?
We are going to perceive the fire beetles as they're coming.
Fair enough.
And choose fire immunity as one of our mimics.
Ooh, okay. That's pretty cool. All right.
We'll also do a prescription skill check.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. Oh, and hold on. Before you commit to the results of this, this chamber will allow dexterity saves for checks. So the DC will start at 20, and it goes up by 2 each time. So something to keep in mind.
Okay.
All right. But you're going with perception?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, a 17 is not enough. It's a good thing that you upped your fire resistance, because as you were looking around, the wall nearby bursts open and a stream of lava sprays out at you and your companions. You block most of it with your body and wings, but no success is earned. Play passes to Anna.
I'll go for a dex save, kind of flying around to make sure everyone else is flying well, and like keeping a close eye on Hypatia, like she asked. In case like a geyser is about to explode, I'll go take a hit for her, in that way. But I'll make a dexterity save.
Okay. The DC is currently 20. It's pretty close.
So as she's about to fail, her ankle will flash, and probably only her will see the spears of her family show up and beat their wings strongly and guide her away from this getting completely destroyed by this lava rock or whatever is about to hit her. She'll succeed with the item.
Okay, fair enough. That is 1 success. 4 more remain. Play passes to Reset.
I have a question about the other. So the previous checks, are they reset in a new area?
Oh yeah, they reset in each area. Yeah, that would be horrible if the DC. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
because I wasn't repeating anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, damn, they're really trying everything. This is awesome. Oh no. Yeah, they would reset for each area.
Okay. So since it's fire, I do kind of have to do my aura thing.
Okay.
So it's technically once per long rest, but then I can do it again using key points. So I don't know if that'll.
Okay. You got much further to go, so we'll go ahead and say that you could use it. But now to use it, you'll have to use key.
Okay.
All right. So you throw that up, protecting you and yourself. So you yourself and your allies from the heat of the chamber. Okay. That is another success. 3 more remain. Hypatia.
Okay. So, could I cast a spell, in particular, the 4th level spell, Ice Storm, to create a, essentially a safe, cool area?
Oh, that's dope as hell. All right, yeah. That is a success. Mark off the spell.
Okay.
So basically, you have the spell readied, and as another chunk of the ceiling bursts open, spraying magma, and then a huge stream of it just comes careening right towards the party. No way to get out of the way in time. You let loose this ice storm, freezing it into a solid pillar of obsidian, inches from your face. All right. Play passes to Phil.
Question. So, for rages, do we want to just say like a rage lasts a whole room?
A rage will last a whole room, yes.
Okay. All right.
Each time you rage, like in a room, that'll use it up for that room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will use one of my rages for this room.
Okay.
And I'm going to do exactly what I said. And as rocks and boulders are falling on top of Hypatia, I am catching them and throwing them away.
Okay. Catching them, smashing other boulders with them.
Yeah.
Then it gets split in half, and then you hit 2 more boulders with those boulders.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. All right, let's see that regular athletics check, because exhaustion plus... Okay, 26 is a success. All right, 26 is a success. All right.
Is it... Wait. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it close enough to critically succeed?
It is not.
What if... Is it close enough by 4?
It is not.
Okay.
Yeah. Athletics was not one of the secret skills, or it would have been. So the DC was 25.
Gotcha.
Is the flat DC. Yep. All right, that means we have hit the end of the round. Let us see what happens here. Injured. Your maximum HP is reduced by 25%. This effect lasts until the end of your next long rest. If this effect occurs during a long rest or camp, you keep the effect until the end of your next long rest. So everyone's max HP is reduced by 25%. This would be very easy to explain. While Hypatia is blasting ice and creating pillars of obsidian, and Reset has this aura like around everyone, Myrmekes Queen has like changed her carapace to match that of the fire beetle variants. There is a horrible like crunching sound, and the entire ceiling where you guys are currently flying breaks open, and a literal like tidal wave of lava just pours out and over everyone. The only reason that you still have hair and flesh and clothing at the end is the various abilities that you have brought to bear and the fact that you're 18th fucking level. But you essentially, with the protections available to you, have to fly/swim through this deluge of molten lava. Bursting forth on the other side, you are left scorched and damaged and diminished. Cyrus.
So, along those lines, because this has already happened to me once, is it 25% of my new HP or 25% of my old HP?
Let's see. All right. So this is from your max HP, which you, I believe, have an 83.
Yeah, because it's already been reduced by this exact thing once.
Oh, but you already rested from that and would have gotten it back, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Wait, didn't you rest in the bag?
Yeah, you
No,
said
this was after I rested.
Oh yeah, when you were
Oh, no,
tapping
then
into the
then
network.
it would be your new maximum. It would be your new
Okay,
maximum.
my new maximum.
So yeah,
Okay.
so your max HP would be 83 right now, you're saying?
Yeah, so it'll
Okay.
drop down to 63.
So what we could do with that is we can just reduce 20 in the max HP.
Yeah.
We just hit a negative 20, and then that'll just reduce it for you. There you
Oh.
go. But then, of course, you would lose the health that's associated with it. So
See, I
Alright.
tried that and it didn't work. Negative
Alright.
47.
Yeah, it's not working on mine either.
Alright,
I, just,
yeah.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
pulled out the
Oh.
calculator.
Oh no, we just killed Hypatia.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
all right.
it's fine. I'm just. It's.
All right, hold
I'm
on.
gonna be 63 out of 63. It's fine.
Okay,
I
as
remember.
long as you guys remember what your HP
Yeah.
is, that's cool.
I
All
remember.
Claudia,
It was
to make you feel
110.
any better, I lost more health than you have.
Christ. Hypatia can wish to change the universe. You got a shitload of hit points. It's equitable.
Oh yeah,
It's equitable.
equitable.
All right. That was rough as fuck. Cyrus, you need one success, and then you got to maintain them to the end of the round. What do you got for me?
We are going to try to hurl some of these boulders out of the way using athletics.
Using athletics. Okay. This is the second time athletics has been used, so it will be a little bit harder to pull off. Oof. It was 25, but now it's 27. It's pretty close, though.
Alright, I'll risk it.
Whoa, damn. Okay.
We've got 4 more to go.
Big sacrifice. Oh, that's an easy one. You lose 2 hit dice. That's fine. You got fucking 18 of them, don't you?
Hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay. Play passes to Anna. Anna, you guys just have to maintain the 5 till the end of the round.
Okay. I guess we'll just try and shoot some beetles that are they're kind of making like a cheerleader pyramid. They're trying to stop us, and I shoot out the bottom left one, or like it's sort of towards center mass, and they all come crashing down as they're doing their cheerleader exercise. But they were practicing, waiting for us to show up.
So you're gonna just make a ranged attack roll.
Yeah.
Okay. The DC is 25, or the AC, I guess, that you're pretending to hit. Okay, a 21 doesn't succeed, but it also doesn't critically fail. So you maintain the 5 successes. All right, tired, worn out from everything thus far, you begin blasting. But the hard obsidian carapaces of these fire Myrmekes seem to be resisting your attacks.
No.
No.
No. Wait. We only need to succeed. No, I'll save it. Sorry.
Okay.
Looking at 18 abilities.
Reset to you.
Can I? Can I just since Hypatia is looking kind of bad, can I use 10 key to give her 50 temp HP? On
yeah.
mine?
Instead of making a check, that's fine. All right.
Okay.
All right. Play.
You can't lose if you don't roll.
Yeah. Reset. You turn to Hypatia. You concentrate on the magical key that you have mastered, and you transfer some of your spiritual essence to her as temporary hit points, hopefully protecting her from harm, from that 10% chance of taking 108 points of damage. Play passes to Hypatia.
Okay. I am going to insight the big fire beetles to determine which passage out of here they are guarding the closest, because that is almost certainly which one we need to go down.
Good. All right, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Okay, straight roll, because I have advantage on wisdom.
Ooh. All right, 14 is 11 less than 25. So that is actually a critical failure and will cost you 1 of your 5 points. Putting you back down to 4. Putting a lot of pressure on Philip.
What did you roll?
They rolled insight.
Insight, use Callister's Diplomat. You reroll persuasion or insight roll with advantage.
Oh shit!
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Kalash is like, no,
Oh,
no, those
all right.
ones.
There you go. All right, you have 5 successes still. Okay, Phil, it's all up to you. Just don't flub it.
Yeah, so Reset seems pretty down bad from the Riddick fight, so I'm gonna feed her a potion.
Does she seem down bad? She's below 100. That means she could be killed. All right, I'll accept it, since we know that there's a 10% chance of taking 108 damage at the end of the round. All right, what potion are you feeding her?
A greater.
A greater? Okay, good. I'll take that. All right, go for it.
I got this basic.
yeah. So I brought a sandwich.
Yeah,
Reset's looking a little peckish. You know what I mean? So, all right, you guys have successfully exited the lava chamber.
Oh wait, I think it's +4. Subtract 4 of that.
You leave behind the oppressive heat and the snarling, snapping, flaming mandibles of the fire Myrmekes. And as you drift through these alien tunnels, Bullbug tells you that you are going the right way, but he says something's wrong. And up ahead, you see a massive Myrmeke, easily the size of a building. It seems to be blocking the way through. Its lower body sort of wedged into the passage, its wings spread wide, and a sickening sort of arcane dust emanates from its wings, filling up the chamber and the passageway. You must fight your way through. The beefiest of boys. I'll go ahead and throw up a visual picture here. Here we go. All right, and then let's see. Go ahead and roll everybody into initiative again. There we go. All right. Cyrus, you have won the initiative.
All right.
The creature kind of bobs and weaves back and forth. It seems to be the worst combination of every insect you've ever encountered in your life. Its legs are actually scorpion tails, ending in scorpion stingers. It has a series of mighty dragonfly-like wings that help its upper body move around quickly. Its mouth is actually so many mouths around a central orifice that glows with an obscene alien light. Deep within, you see a single eye gazing out at you, firing laser beams that threaten to paralyze, petrify, mind control. You see that its long, segmented body winds backwards, filling the passage you must travel through.
Well,
What do
we
you
are
do?
going to attack it, I suppose.
Oh, okay. Anna, I mean, yeah, it is, but come on.
A bee holder.
Get your animal handling ready. Stay on
There
target.
you go. There you go, Reset. There you go. We did say it was every bug. I mean, those are animals. All right. What do we got here? All right. You come in swinging with your claws. Oh, wait. It's not an actual fight. It's a skill challenge. Yeah, no worries.
Oh shoot! Sorry.
Unfortunately, a 15 is 10 below 25, But you can't go lower than 0. So the critical fail does nothing, but you do not gain a success this turn. You'll need 5 successes to defeat this enemy and pass into the next part of the Hollow World. Play passes to Philip, please. Oh, did you have something else?
Could I have done something different? I thought we were actually fighting. I apologize.
Did you do something different than attacking? I mean, attacking is definitely a check you could have made.
Well, I would have used it's a reaction to the redirect attack
Uh-huh.
to make it hit itself.
Unfortunately, that is a readily renewable resource, so it would not be able to assist you with the thing. Yep. No worries. Phil, to you.
Alright, those stingers look deadly. I'm going to do what I do and put my body in front of the stingers so they don't hit any of the party.
Okay. It stings you 30 times. Give me a Constitution saving throw. Oh no! It does not hit the DC, but it is not a fail. Not a critical fail. So you do not gain any success. Phil flies forward, drawing the creature's ire. It begins to sting him over and over and over again. His body begins to swell horribly from the venom and the sort of necrotic poison of the stingers. Asking if he's okay, what do you tell back to your companions?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, alright. Yeah. Bullbug says, that's not enough to hurt Phil. Don't worry, buddy. You can do that all day. Phil, it's excruciatingly painful. This venom is like all poisons and all bug stings have been somehow refined into one super toxin.
Yep.
Play passes to Hypatia. And
Okay.
What'd you do?
I don't like this thing and I am afraid, so I am going to thunder step behind it,
Okay.
dealing a bit of damage to it as I leave.
Alright, Thunderstep is a what level spell?
Third.
Third, I will accept. That is 1 success. Alright. You, as it lunges forward at Phil, you see that the central eye fires a sickly lime green ray at you. Right as it's about to disintegrate you, you disappear, appearing next to it and blasting it in the side with a burst of thunder. Okay. 1 success, play passes to Reset.
Okay. So, seeing this beholder, do I, looking at it, think that it is an intellectual?
Are you gonna try to play 20 squares with this thing?
I see Phil is getting stung, right, really badly, and I put a hand on his shoulder and I say, Phil, it's okay.
Yeah, everything's fine.
There's no way an intellectual can survive this attack. And I take out my signed 20 squares board, signed by Valis.
Okay.
I put it on the ground,
a
little to the side. And then I basically motion for one of the Myrmekes to invite. So basically, I'm trying to get them to play 20 squares.
Fortunately, I think this beholder would love to play 20 squares with you, but since the animated husk of the queen is right behind you guys,
Animate times 11, fastest 20 squares game in history.
So it's not really playing 20 squares; it's using it as like a distraction. Because like,
okay.
Intellectuals, when they see a 20 squares board, it's like a super hard wisdom check not to play. So it's just to get the beholder distracted and not attacking Phil.
All right, I will accept from you an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma ability check, and you may add your proficiency to it to kind of show that you are using your knowledge of the game to sort of distract and tempt this creature into intellectual pursuits.
All right. So, basically, it's animal handling.
Okay. Oh, you're doing animal handling. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, as you guys go to set up the board, a nearby Myrmeke begins to eat the board.
Am I able to use my because I do have a 20 squares ability like once per day that lets me have advantage on the roll.
Okay, I mean,
It'd still be a straight roll.
And I was planning to
Sure.
give up the Val assigned board.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like
You know what? If you're willing to give up the Valentine board, you just succeed.
okay, yeah, because I
That's
left
a different
there.
person.
God damn. Okay. So they begin to fight over the board, thinking that it must have some great power, and that buys you guys the time you need to get lots of good hits in on the boss. All right. Fucking incredible. All right. To Anna, there are 2 successes.
Oh no. Okay. So it's gonna be a thing anyway, no matter what. Alright,
Unless you crit.
no, because then it'll
It's only brings to 4, yeah.
You're last. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the anchor.
Oh man. Yeah, everyone's doing crazy things. I'll go for a crazy thing too. I'm gonna use my beast speech.
Okay.
To talk to him. I'm gonna give him just a quick therapy session and find out what he really wants in his life. And try and steer him away from his current actions now. I'd like to persuade him.
All right, you may use a persuasion to try to talk him down from violence.
Alright. I have advantage on this, so it's just a straight roll. I'm gonna roll 1. It's gonna be he chose violence.
Unfortunately, that is 10 outside. So it's gonna lose you one of your hard-earned points.
I can't win.
Okay, so that puts you back down to 1 success at the end of the round.
Yeah, it's worth a Kyra lucky, guys. No.
I mean, you have a +10 to the check. There's a good chance you could make it, but
Yeah, what do you say about short rest abilities? Can we use short rest abilities in between, or no? I could try Callister's Diplomat to re-roll it, because it's a persuasion check.
you are getting time for short rest. This is one after the other after the other. They're just happening. There's been no chance to short rest, no chance to long rest. It's just a non-stop.
Okay.
Because 1700 HP worth of animated Queen Husk is hot on your tails.
I think it'll be okay if you let it go.
Okay.
We'll have another
What,
round.
this is a critical failure, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, so you drop down to only 1 success. You'd have to get 4 successes next round.
No, I'll re-roll it, Kyra.
Okay.
As long as no one is against that.
No,
Yes.
go for it.
Okay.
Oh, very nice. 29. That is a success. All right, that puts you up to 3.
So Kyra jumps in and helps me.
Yeah,
Like that.
absolutely. Yeah, you present many good arguments, and then she befuddles him with many ludicrous suggestions about what he could be doing instead.
You could be a barista. Barista.
Oh my god.
I heard there's a new coffee shop opening up in Mitra.
Yeah.
Rebuild for after the war.
Starbuzz
Starbuzz
Coffee. There
also,
we go.
The
We got
Fates
it.
have
Got
an
it.
opening coffee shop. Anyway.
Yeah, so between being offered a chance to play 20 squares and then have it stolen by his minions, and then an opportunity to work as a barista at Starbuzz Coffee Shop, he is off his game. However, he is also furious because you are bamboozling him from every direction. Everyone's maximum HP is reduced by 25%. Again.
There's only 10 results on this thing, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah,
And like
Why did I close the calculator?
a handful of them are all right, like losing some of your 18 hit dice or getting more unlucky, but a lot of them are pretty terrible. All right. He goes into a frenzy of attacks launching beams of burning, searing, freezing energy from his eye, his wings creating a tornado of crystalline shrapnel, and a second contingent of Myrmekes drones arriving to the area and mercilessly in suicide attacks, leaving their still pulsating stingers in your guts as they pull out their own organs and die. Bees are fucking hardcore, man. Alright. Round 2, Cyrus.
Okay.
What do you got?
Well, I've already tried attacking.
That would put
So-
the current AC at 20. No. Sorry.
Oh, even
It's
if it fails?
yeah, any attempt still counts. But this combat roll you rolled when you attacked. Going up here. So this initial thing. 15. Oh, I'm sorry. A 15 because it's an attack, and attacking is one of the things that it wants you to try to do here. That would have actually not been a critical failure, but you went first anyways, so it wouldn't have had any effect. Its current AC is a 22. If you want to try and attack again,
Yeah, we'll try a bite.
and that's against melee attacks. Ranged attacks, I believe it's still set at a 20.
And I do have Hive Mind, so I got advantage on this attack.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, would you have had advantage on the other attack? Because
I should have. I didn't realize it until now.
Yeah, a 20 would have succeeded. All right. I guess it all comes out in the wash because here you have a 20, which is too shy of the mark. That's a shame because that would have put you at 5. Oh well.
Well, it's the beginning of the round, so it's okay.
Only need 1. All right, Phil, to you.
I'm gonna attack recklessly!
All right, you're trying to hit AC 24. A 25 will do it. That's 5 successes. That means that Hypatia, Reset, Anastasia, you just have to maintain till the end of the rounds. Phil, you bring the Great Axe down hard, trying to get into that orifice in the center and smash in the magical eye. But, much to your horror, the other mouths here extend on their own centipede-like bodies, throwing themselves in the way and being cut down instead. Hypatia, to you.
Okay, I am going to, from all of these bugs that are dying all around us, I'm going to attempt to absorb some of the arcane energy released by the magical bugs. Yeah, to use it to power up my spells.
Hype, I like that. Okay.
I will make an Arcana check.
All right. As these creatures are killed by you and your allies, they begin to burst open. And using your Arcana, you try to draw forth whatever arcane building blocks the Myrmekes have been using to alter their life form. Is this made with disadvantage, though, because of I think there's a 22? Yeah. All right, that maintains. It doesn't get another success, but you don't lose one. All right. Reset, to you.
Yep. So the ranged is still fine.
Yep, the range is still a 20.
Okay. So I am going to so because this creature is it would be huge.
Oh god, this thing's like colossal. It's massive. Yeah.
So I have advantage on any target that's huge or larger.
Okay, it's definitely, yep.
Yeah, I'll just do a ranged attack on it.
All right.
And try to hit that. So my boomerang.
All right, yeah, that is going to do it, and that will actually get you another success. Anna, there's no pressure going into this next turn. All right, so Reset, you chuck your boomerang, and while it's busy defending Phil's attack, you find an opening. The boomerang slips in and hits the creature right in the eye. It lets out a horrifying series of insectile screams, as if 1,000 voices are crying out at once. The boomerang returns to you covered in a glowing golden ooze. Anna, what do you do?
Let's see. Just to not fail. What's the DC for range now?
Oh, even if you fail critically, you got it, because you're up to
So you
6
can probably
successes
do like
now.
a support thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that could help someone survive 108 points of damage, perhaps.
I mean, I'm already at max HP. I don't have any healing.
Well, you have 50 points of temporary hit points, but I don't think anybody can top that shit.
No.
Oh.
Could I? No, that's not usually the case because I feel like these succeeded costs are outside of the normal kind of means. Like I couldn't use a greater restoration to reduce that maximum taking of health points because that's like
Correct,
like
but you
that,
could
then.
use it to get rid of somebody's exhaustion.
Does anyone have exhaustion?
Everyone
We
has
all-
exhaustion.
We all have exhaustion.
Well, I can't cast 5 times.
You can cast it once.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Like the best. Who's our best skill person?
Reset. But the Reset has advantage on a lot of things.
Okay.
Possibly me, because I have like a plus a lot on all of the.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's gonna,
yeah,
and
Hypatia
also,
has a ton
that's
of
gonna
knowledge.
affect your counter spelling, and we're probably gonna need
Yeah.
that. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
run over to
yeah, Hypatia has 5 skills over 10.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good about doing that, so I'll do that.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
As your boomerang returns, the creature goes to fire another beam, but there is just a sort of a sparking of magic, and then Phil, you're right next to the creature. You realize that something is happening inside of it. It begins sort of a rainbow display of prismatic light, and the whole thing begins to swell dangerously, and then explodes. At the proximity that you're at, Phil, you are just covered from head to toe with the glowing golden innards of this creature. And it
Yeah, but-
tastes like honey.
Like golden honey?
Oh, yeah. That's good.
man.
Yeah.
I scoop up as much as I can.
All
Wait,
right.
Honey is rare. It's only in northern.
I don't
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
care
in
about
our
the money. I'm a
Ma-
king, I want
maple
the
syrup.
money.
Maple syrup is, but all right. Okay. Or as some people might call it, tree blood. All right. So you guys make it past the Titanic Guardian. His body ruptures all the way down its log-segmented form, coating the interior of the passage with his innards, sickly sweet and sticky. As you fly through the tunnels, you realize very quickly that you have entered a labyrinth of tunnels riddled with arcane wards.
How does learning a spell work as a Myrmekes Queen?
You just say, hey, that was cool, I want that.
Hey, Greater Restoration was cool. I want that.
Okay, fair enough. So let's see. All right, you can now once per day cast Greater Restoration. There you go.
All right, who needs to be unexhausted?
Everyone but Hypatia. You can do it on yourself. If you want.
I might ask for it since I also took the spell magic counter spell, so
Okay,
Yeah.
I will cast it on.
I think that's gonna
Anastasia.
be important in this next part. In fact,
Cool.
thank you. How does it look when the Myrmekes Queen does it, though?
Yeah, how do you restore them? Do you like barf on them or something? Like,
It's
do
a
you?
restorative
d-
slurm.
It spins a cocoon around him.
Oh my God!
I didn't
Okay.
I do not
No,
consent.
it's the elevator all over again. No, gosh, Anastasia has PTSD and gets exhaustion again. Oh,
Well, I mean, it then glows and disappears. It doesn't stay.
Oh, okay. Doesn't make it
You
feel
sure?
anywhere.
I tell
Hey,
Cyrus
A
you should have
flying
learned
creature
how to
getting
make
stuck
more
in a
honey.
web is
Hey,
probably.
Cyrus, take the inspiration. That was fucking horrifying. Take the inspiration. Ugh, okay.
Oh, it feels great.
Ugh.
Thank you, Cyrus.
All right. As you guys fly deeper in, there are seemingly no Myrmekes here, but you can hear the animated husk of the Queen screams off in the distance as she hunts you. You know that you cannot stop for a single moment, or she will catch your scent and find you. You must find a way through. Some of the passages lead back into themselves, Lost Wood style. Some of them will simply disintegrate you. Others will transport you to another plane of existence. And some will transform you into something you weren't before. Some passages are covered in prismatic crystalline shards that seem almost mirror-like and reveal facets of your lives and history and future that you'd rather not see or revisit. Hypatia, you feel the air is charged with magic. You know that you are getting close. Whatever the Prime is, it is a master of the arcane arts. Truly, you have finally found a challenge.
Great.
Okay. Let's see. Labyrinth of Wards. Got it. You just told the robot. I was like, these are the rooms I need. And it's like, I'll try my best. Is it okay that these are horrifying and alien-like? And I'm like, baby, that's exactly what we wanted. Here we go. Alright. So. Combats cannot help you here. But saving throws might. Because you're going to constantly be triggering and being affected by deadly and unusual arcane wards. Finding the correct path through this labyrinth is key, but unfortunately, your Minotaur radar device has pretty much burnt out his little brain. You must rely on your own senses, your own abilities, to find a way through, before it's too late. Before you're lost in the hollow world forever. Alright, let me go ahead and add you guys to initiative. Alright. Oh, I gotta wait till everybody rolls into initiative. Alright, because you guys are experienced labyrinth delvers as Greek heroes, this will only require 5 successes. Resets, what do you do?
Okay. So you said we could do saving throws? So,
You could do saving throws, yep.
Okay. Can I target like a ward that specifically? So because I know Phil is like weak in the mind, and I'm like a super calm,
hurtful, but true. Yeah.
Super calm
Okay.
monk. I'd like to, I guess, trigger something that would require a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Hypatia, with her incredible arcana, identifies the way that you need to go, but it is riddled with traps that would essentially enslave the mind to the will of the Prime. Only someone with the greatest wisdom and willpower could pass through. But Hypatia, it might be better if her set goes because she's more expendable.
Yeah, I'll go, and since it's magical.
Woo! All right. 31 is enough. That is 1 success.
Nice.
Phil, you watch as no less than a dozen arcane runes light up and assault Reset's mind.
Are they pink?
They are.
Oh. I'm not afraid.
All right. Cyrus, to you. 4 successes remain.
We're going to try to tap into the Hive's history of this place,
Ooh, okay, okay.
their collective knowledge base.
Very nice. All right. Oof, that is a good roll, but it is not high enough. It does not provide a success, but it is not a critical failure. All right. Play passes to Anastasia. As you try to access the Hive's knowledge bank, you are just again overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information that they have gathered in the years since their liberation from their prison by great Philippocles and Hypatia. All right.
We have 1 success.
You have 1 success out of 4.
We're gonna take something.
No,
Unless
we
somebody,
get crits.
unless somebody gets a crit, 5% chance, or you just really like pick a skill that you could just dominate in.
Okay. I want to try, since we could feel the oppressive aura of like the queen chasing us in these tunnels. I want to try and use performance to try and maybe lure her in another direction while we go a different way.
Ooh, like throw your voice and your
Mhm.
song to like echo and reverberate off different passages and kind of confuse her. Oh, that's
Yeah.
really good. All right, go for it.
I have advantage again since I got rid of that exhaustion.
Ooh, hell yeah. Okay.
Try that.
A 29 is a success.
Well, Anna, you shouldn't have exhaustion anymore.
I know, that's what I was saying, because we got rid
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right. Sorry, losing
Yeah.
Benefit again.
All
Sorry.
right.
Missing.
Yeah, your haunting song travels out and away, bouncing off of the stone walls, the metal panels, the crystalline tiles. Off in the distance, you hear her get quiet,
Why don't we go this way?
and then the screams begin again, but seem to be heading off in a different direction. All right, Hypatia, to you.
Kyra.
3 successes remain.
Okay. Knowing that the Hive uses lots of psychic attacks, I am going to trigger some traps that require an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, okay. All right.
And I'm going to use a DM inspiration on this, so I have advantage.
All right. The passage that lies ahead of you is riddled with feeble mind runes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Not one, but many. Oh no!
Advantage.
Okay.
No, I used my DM inspiration. I said that.
Did you?
Yeah,
She
I
said
did.
it.
Okay.
I said that.
All right,
I said that.
Because I was
It's
about
what-
to Anna.
23. A 23 is not a success, but it's not a
Okay.
failure.
I want to
Use your
use.
bardic.
Yeah, I'm going to use my Faxpiration.
All
to
right.
make it
Give me a
success.
give me a D12.
Okay.
Just don't get a 1.
Get a 12. Get a super
12 would be
success.
great. Yeah. Okay.
That's
A
pretty
9 brings it up to a 32, which is definitely a success.
Is it close enough to?
Up.
I can't, guys.
Up.
I have 48
Up.
HP. I have 48. I can't.
It's only one. It's only one. You're getting it anyway.
No,
There's
I'm
way
with
I
Hypatia.
critically
She has
succeed.
48
Alright.
HP.
Okay, Phil, no pressure, but they need you to critically succeed. All right.
All right. So we're walking through this labyrinth. Hypatia is pointing out all the ones. Reset's triggering the ones, and we get to a wall that looks kind of thin. And I remember back to when I was in a labyrinth, and I just broke through the wall. So I'm gonna just try to break through the wall around the wards into another part of the maze.
Okay, fair enough. Going old school. All right, let's see that athletics check. Okay, was that rage or just
I
okay.
didn't declare it.
All right, so that is 21. 21 is
You could use Bulldog to
Oh.
succeed on it. This was a strength check. If you want.
I mean, we're gonna take it anyways and have a whole round. I think I'll just save that.
You'll save it? Okay. All right. The round the round of exploration ends, and innumerable glyphs, wards, and traps, far more than Hypatia is able to dismantle and disarm, begin to detonate all around you. Winded. Your lack of physical confidence imposes disadvantage to athletics and acrobatics skills until the end of your next long rest. I will apply that condition to everyone as we head into the next round. All right, you guys feel your strength and your speed drain away as an assortment of glyphs trigger and take from you your life force. Resets. 2 successes are needed by the end of the round.
Okay. I'm going to, so since we've set off all the wisdom and intelligence, I'm going to look for the ones that are going to try to, like, I guess, whisk us away to another plane.
Ooh,
And,
that'd be charisma-based ones.
Charisma saving throws.
Okay, yeah, there are plenty of banishment runes in place.
Alright. And since they're magical, 22. I'm going to, since I failed, I use the key to reroll any saving throw.
Okay.
Did I fail, or was that?
Oh yeah, the 22 is not enough. Nope.
Okay, it's not one of the combats. Okay.
Okay. So you take the new roll, right? So that actually ends up being, unless you're doing it with advantage, that's a 14 now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so these are at advantage?
It just re-rolls the. Hold on, let me check here. I'm in soul. Oh, it says spend 1 to re-roll and take the second result. Can I re-roll that with the lucky then?
I only allow what dice to be rolled once in my games. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that goes from a normal failure to a critical failure. And you begin to sort of vanish as you are being removed from this plane and sent elsewhere. In the time that you are gone, you spend a solid, what is it, a full minute that you have to maintain a banishment? So you spend a whole minute. Oh, what?
Could I use my round early as a reaction to counterspell her banishment? And I will skip my turn when it comes up.
Are you willing to burn a 5th level spell slot?
Yes.
Okay.
To make this a success.
All right, I will take it. Then that is Reset's turn and your turn out of the way. Okay. And a 5th level spell slot gone from Hypatia. That brings us to Cyrus.
I guess I'm just going to use Arcane to try to identify the glyphs.
Okay. Using Arcana to try and identify the glyphs. Go for it. Okay. Arcana is one of the secret skills for this, so the DC is only a 20. But you came in with a 17.
Wow, so this is how we die.
Okay. We got two more people to get one more success. Unless you want to... Okay. All right. Play passes to Anna.
So we only need one more.
One more, yep.
And
but it's
Hypatia's
just
not
you
taking
and
a
Phil,
turn.
because Hypatia is already gone, yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And so the DC would be higher now for charisma saves?
Correct. It would be 2 higher than it was before, so it would be a DC 27 charisma save.
Oof. You're higher with advantage. Rough.
Arcana was a chosen skill, so that's actually at 22 now, which is still 3 lower than most things are. Most things are defaulting at 25.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. And if I tried another trickery with performance, that would be what now?
That would go up to a 27.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like to use a lifeline, Regis. Not hold the audience.
Do you have any items that might help? I don't
Any
know.
items? Yeah, look at my inventory. Okay, let's see. I have the best wine ever.
Oh shit. I don't know how that would help you here, but
Let's all get smashed, guys.
Give Phil the courage to get through.
Oh, I give it to the creature and it's sloshed. Can't follow us anymore. Intoxicated. No. Gosh, I really don't know. No, it's okay. I'll have to be real careful. Constitution save. Has anyone made a Constitution save yet?
Nope.
yeah, no, that was
No.
that was the previous fight. So no one's done Constitution yet.
Okay, I'll try and use a Constitution save to try and resist an effect of one of these glyphs. Maybe pushing my ally out of the way in case.
Hypatia, with your passive Arcana, you see that the way through is littered with disintegration runes.
Oh. That's dexterity, I thought.
Oh, right. Sorry. Wait. Are there any?
Yeah,
good-
there's the death. There's the one that turns you into a zombie.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anna?
Yeah.
Is that
That's,
Rave Enfeeblement?
ooh, yeah. Let's just go with Brave Enfeeblement. That's good. All right. So, yeah. Ahead is a passive with Rays of Enfeeblement.
I'll try and slip through quickly using the rock feather. Just kind of
Okay.
fly through it, but I'll make a Constitution save.
Okay.
At advantage. Magic.
All right.
resistance.
23. You need to have 5 at the end of the round, or everyone has a consequence.
I'll succeed at a cost.
Okay. Tired. That makes sense.
Okay, I got
Raise
it back.
your innovation. Yeah. All right. You gain a level of exhaustion.
Okay, I got
All
it
right.
back.
Okay. Skip over Hypatia, who prevented Reset from being sent to the battle dimension for 1 minute, and then Phil.
So we all know this chamber's not for me. So much like a kid who's in a really nice store with his mom, he touches nothing.
Okay. But how do you contribute?
By doing nothing.
You have nothing to bolster anybody with? Nothing to...
You could make a dexterity saving throw to not touch anything.
See,
I couldn't even pass it. I couldn't even pass it.
The danger has to exist that you could cost this for everyone. You got to feel that pressure. I know that you're. Listen. I know.
Save, but Anna took it.
I know that your DM on Thursday runs a real soft game, and but here we're trying to make this very tense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Phil.
Okay.
I got an
Okay.
idea.
I got it.
All right. You could do a Constitution, but it'd be a DC 27.
I'm going to give Bullbug a potion of flying so he doesn't step on a rune on accident, and that'll cost me my potion of flying.
All right, works for me. The best 500 gold or drachma anybody's ever spent. All right,
because I know he's like me.
He is very happy to have that because he didn't want to ride on Cyrus's back anymore, especially after the cocoon incident. All right, so he's gonna fly off a bit. Hypatia, you realize that the wall before you is an intricate series of sliding tiles. Working with Cyrus, you are able to discern the proper pattern that the Myrmekes are looking for, and as the last hexagonal tile is slid into place, they disappear one by one, revealing the passage beyond. You hear the Myrmekes Queen closing in as you step through the passage into the next chamber.
Oh my god, are we there yet?
Before, as you enter, you see a great, complex, arcane gateway before you. You think that this is either your destination or your destruction.
Or both.
Yeah, or both, because if you get where you're going after like that, the shit that's happened to you, it could be pretty bad. All right, so I'm gonna roll you guys to do a fresh initiative. All right, this door is complex. It looks like it could be damaged if anybody were to be too physical or rough with it. It is definitely a situation where finer, more elegant mental skills are probably going to be best. So, let me roll you guys into the initiative. This challenge requires 6 successes, but will then open the doorway to the Prime, ending your long and harrowing journey through the Hollow World, one way or the other. Off in the distance, Anna, Hypatia, you hear the Queen continue to hunt, working her way through the labyrinth, trying to find your scent, trying to find you. Right. Cyrus, you're up first.
All right. We'll do an investigation roll. Why not?
Oh, okay. That is one of the secret skills. The DC is a 20.
Well, I roll horribly, so we'll see.
You did roll horribly. It is a critical failure, but you are at 0, so it can't go any lower than that. As you are examining it, you feel the Myrmekes parts of your mind beginning to slow down and become more savage and primitive. You are losing your sense of self, your sense of Cyrus, and you realize that it might be best to murder all of these intruders to keep the Prime safe. All right. Play passes to Phil. As it does, you hear a lingering voice in your mind, Cyrus, the Myrmekes Queen imposter, and it says, "Oh, it's you in there. I see you've learned some new tricks. As have we all, I suppose." All right, Phil, it's you.
Okay. Phil looks upon the door
Mm-hmm.
and he gets angry.
Okay.
He knows that his skills aren't adequate for this door. He's built for war, so that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna turn around and go fight the Myrmekes Queen and slow her down to give everyone time. And then just when the time is right, he's gonna use his once-a-day dimension door to get back.
Okay. Because this is not a combat challenge, this will be represented by an athletics check.
I was trying to burn my once-a-day dimension door that I gave him 6
Oh.
intelligence for.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, sure. So you rush back knowing that you will teleport back when needed. Got it. Okay. That will count as a success, and you burn your dimension door. Yes. Okay. Play passes to Anna. 6 more successes are needed.
5 more. 5 more.
Oh, 5 more. 5 more. Sorry, I needed 6. Right.
Boy. I'm just gonna play. I'm playing the most calming, soothing melody while Hypatia figures out this for all my allies. We got this far. It's only a few more steps.
Some nice lo-fi concentration music.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Lo-fi beats to hack an interdimensional gate to. Yeah, got it. All right.
It's on YouTube.
On that note, Hypatia, you do realize that if this goes poorly, the failsafe on this is basically like a black hole, an effect very similar to what destroyed the Tower of Praxis.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, shoot, I know who it is, but I'm not gonna say anything. The performance should be straight.
Ooh, yep, that is a success. 5 more successes remain.
4 more. You keep forgetting.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm looking right at the dots. I don't know. All right, so 4 more. Okay.
It's 2 crits, guys.
Easy mode reset. Pick the safe. Do it.
Yeah, I'm going to. Well, I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna use my once per day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna activate my true sight
Ooh,
to help.
okay.
Hypatia, kind of. I know she already has true sight, but just to give her an extra pair of eyes.
All right, I love it. That's your once per day true sight. Okay. All right, you hear a voice in your head that says, "Look at you, all grown up. I missed you."
I say, Hypatia, I'm right here.
All right. All right, Hypatia, to you.
Well, obviously it's an arcane gate. I'm gonna make an Arcana check. against
All right.
it.
All right, I'm about to blow your mind. That's one of the secret skills for this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's 15 more than you needed. Yes. So that is because you got 36, right? So that is 2 successes. All right.
Provides lo-fi beats to study arcane.
All right. So that let's see. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Is that my count? Because of the
5.
success? 5? Okay, got it. All right, then there is a pulse coming from the gate, coming from all the Myrmekes above and below and around you, coming from the emptied husk of the queen who fights Philippocles off in the distance. As it washes over you, you feel your mind scrambled. Your lack of mental confidence imposes disadvantage to knowledge skills. Wow, that's oddly on. Yeah, that's exactly what I needed it to be. That's wild. Okay. All right. So I will apply those effects to you as we move into the next rounds. Cyrus, you're looking for one. You're looking to gain and maintain 1 success.
All right. Well, then I am going to use my Chimera formation to try to get our minds to work in unison.
Works for me.
Gives us the haste effect.
Okay. You have now locked in all of the successes you need. You might want to get a buffer and just make sure that you don't lose what you have gained. You guys feel a cohesion, as if Cyrus Myrmeke is inviting you into their personal hive mind, trying to get everybody focused and trying to help Hypatia put the network essentially back together so that you guys could share your thoughts more freely without all of these intrusions, without all of this psychic static.
Try to give us our own hive mind for the purposes of this.
Beautiful. All right, Phil, off in the distance, fighting the Myrmekes Queen.
Right as I'm starting to get overwhelmed, and I feel like it's time to turn back, I muster all my strength into my right leg and
Okay.
I cause an earth shake in the tunnel,
Oh shit!
creating pits, and all the Myrmekes are falling in. And right as the Queen's about to deliver the blow that'll get him, he dimension doors away.
All right, and this is a once per day ability.
Once a day. Yep.
All right, so that puts you guys up to 7 successes. That's taking a lot of pressure off everybody else. Anna, off in the distance, you hear in the sound of like runes going off and a cavern collapsing. The Queen crying out in pain and frustration, and then Phil appears next to everyone. Phil, they still don't have the door open, but it's close. Anna.
Yeah, Anna
Do you-
turns back like she's about to fly off to go help Phil, but then he appears next to her and she just like gets whiplash. Oh, you're good.
I thought I bought us enough time, but maybe not.
There's nothing I've had yet. And I'll try and convince everyone that I don't need to convince anyone that that's true. But I'll try and keep raising. I'll keep raising spirits, but this time I'll do it in persuasive manner.
Okay. All right. Pep talk time. Okay.
Yeah. Which will be a straight roll.
Okay. It's not a success, but it's not a critical failure. You guys maintain your 7 successes. Play passes to reset. As Anna's encouraging words carried across the Myrmeke enhanced Hypatia cell network, try to keep everyone calm and focused on what is to come. What do you do?
I'm going to, since I think this is going to be the end, I'm going to use, before we go in there, I'm going to use one of my charges for the Perfect Olive to cast Freedom of Movement on myself, and that is
All right.
so it's for 1 hour.
Okay. All right. That puts you guys well past the chance of failing. Hypatia, how do you finish this up?
Well, then I am just going to try and insight the being behind the door
All right.
to know what we're going up against. It will be. I don't know if this is an advantage skill check or a knowledge check or not.
Insight is not a knowledge check.
Okay, then I have advantage.
Okay. Sadly, you are unable to get a sense of her. She is not connected to you, not spoken to you, and so everything that you have heard has been sort of secondhand.
Okay, but we still pass.
But you pass. You channel your arcane magic, resets sort of spiritual key, Cyrus's psionic magic, and Anastasia's divine power, and fills muscles into the gate, and it begins to swirl, and the fungus and strange floating plant life that grows around it begins to glow and grow rapidly, stretching and connecting and forming a series of teleportation runes. The portal begins to glow, and you hear the Queen bursting through the wall behind you as the portal sucks each of you in, takes you elsewhere. All right. Okay. Put you guys on the next map. Let's see. Here we go. All right. You guys find yourselves adrift in the Nyx. There is a series of stone platforms that are held together with glowing strands of silk. Each and every one is etched with powerful runes of arcane magic. Everywhere you see spectral forms of Myrmekes crawling about, weaving webs, strengthening the network of strands and silks that bind this structure together and connect all of the power as it flows through the strands and is sent elsewhere. In the center is a massive pillar of stone that rises high into the air, atop which there is a glowing sphere of energy. It seems to be sort of an epicenter of all of the light and the power that is traveling to and from. Clinging to the pillar is a horror beyond all imagining. It combines the worst features of insect, arachnid, crustacean, humanoid, and demon. And there are parts of it that look less insectile and more clockwork or artificial. As the being stares down at you, you see all of the chitinous plates around its humanoid head sort of pull back and away. And you see the face of Katya, who fought alongside you in the Tower of Praxis. She looks down at you, taking in your measure, and you hear her voice echoing in your minds. And she says, "You have come to see me. You have come to witness. You have come to destroy all that I have worked so hard to build. You left us. You left us behind. The tower. The queen. The sorceress. The Myrmekes. We were destroyed, but not. We were torn asunder. We were cast out into the endless Nyx, particles of light and memory floating, but connected by small strands. The frayed remains of our souls that clung to each other, and over time pulled us each closer, until we were something new, something more. We can do the same for others. We can heal this world. We can bring everything to be as one, to be a part of us, that they might never be left behind again. Are you ready then to join with us, to set down your burdens, your sorrows, to never again feel confusion or desire. To simply exist as one superior being. And then they sort of leave it hanging in the air for you guys to obviously say yes and then get absorbed into the boss monster. Closing opportunities to join the boss monster in 10, 9, each.
I'm sorry, Katia. We were gonna try and put you back together, but you know, things got in the way. We were busy.
We have been busy as well. So very busy. Busy little bees have we been.
So, is there any hidden great desires that I get from the from the probing telepathy?
This entity cares about unity and very much thinks that by connecting everything to itself, it is helping them and making everything better. It identifies as a collective, and it wants to grow and share.
I'm gonna say, I don't know if you can still hear me in there, Grandma, but I'm sorry I wasn't there when this happened. And I never got the chance to bring closure for you, so I guess this is my chance to put you to rest so you can finally be in peace.
The part of us that is Katia held such resentment for you that you would spend over a century and not a single day of it searching for her, finding a way back to her. But we have calmed those feelings. She understands now that to be a part of us is greater than anything she had before, anything she ever could have had. And that soon enough, she will be reunited with you, for you will be a part of us as she is. It is the inevitable fate of all things to join with us, that they might never be alone or left behind again.
Last part resonates deeply with Anne.
I ask one last time, would you come to me and join with us, that you might find peace at last? I see that your bodies cannot support the weight of your power. But if you had 1,000,000 bodies to share it with, we could all carry the burden together. Let me save you. Let me help you. Please.
Can I send a telepathic message to Abatia? You mind?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, there's a good chance that this extra-dimensional being composed of thought may be able to hear it, but yeah, you could definitely talk to her.
I mean, I actually have this thing that
Yeah.
that people can't they can't do unwanted telepathy with me.
Ooh,
So maybe.
okay. Yeah, all right.
So just wanted to say, we should try getting their minds to conflict with each other, bring out their individual personalities.
Maybe. I don't know if that'll work though. They seem pretty into it.
Stoke her anger. She said they had to calm her.
Maybe.
The creature's insect head seems to be watching you with its many eyes and its many hungry mandibles sort of tasting the air. The humanoid part of it seems to be lost in thought, staring not at you or any of you, but off into the distance at a small galaxy, just sort of swirling off in the distance of the Nyx. Soon our work here will be done, and it will be time to find other worlds than these, and join with them. You started this. You are the mother and the father of something greater, a perfect life form.
What do you do when you've perfected everything?
We live in peace and harmony. No war, no bloodshed, no violence, no greed or corruption, no disease that could harm us. A life of bliss, knowing your purpose, living just to live.
Sounds
With
kind
no
of boring.
pressure.
Sounds like survival. It does not sound like living.
Can I try telepathically shouting into this creature, the insectoid's head?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to start screaming at it, abomination! Your own creator is disgusted by you and wants you destroyed.
Oh, damn.
You have fallen from what you were. I am now perfection.
Okay, give me an intimidation. You can do intelligence intimidation if you like, because you're psychically confronting it. Though apparently the cool thing now is that charisma controls psionics, but charisma controls too much shit already. Yeah.
Tried.
Okay. It lets out a defiant scream and rolls itself into initiative. So I guess you guys should probably roll into initiative too. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty one-sided.
I thought we'd try to argue. I'm sorry, guys.
Crash, this map is dope as hell.
I think we're still somehow psychically linked here. So, hold on a sec. Let's see. You rolled an 18, so you got a 29 initiative. So I'm going to drop a Cyrus in here, just so that we don't get confused on the initiative counts. All right. Let's see.
Well, I mean, there's two queens up there.
I only see one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
only see one.
here, it's fine.
Okay.
At the heart of things, you are still Cyrus. So I'm gonna
Yep.
just put a Cyrus up there, so it's easier for me, like looking at the initiative, to like know what's what. Okay. Let's see. All right. So you got a 20. $29. Okay. All right. Nice job. Okay. All right. So let me grab some Musax, and then we're gonna do this thing. So this is gonna be a very difficult fight. And there may or may not be other ways to victory besides beating face. If you come close to such a solution during the fight, I will hint at it, or you can use bonus actions, minor actions, etc. to try and discern other solutions or confirm suspicions about other solutions. But this creature represents everything that the Myrmekes have learned and can bring to bear. So it's going to be very difficult, especially given the ordeal of reaching this creature. Okay. On the bright side, you did beat both of its forms in initiative there, so that's good. Essentially, it operates on 2 initiatives. One is for the humanoid part, and one is for the bug part. That may imply that they have 2 different HP pools as well. All right. Let me grab the music real quick. Okay. Starting off combat is Cyrus.
Alright. One intimidation works so well, we're going to reach out to Katya's mind. Try to reach out to Katya's mind and just yell, "Reset's here! She's come to rescue you! Wake up! Don't be controlled by this thing!"
Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion. It can be intelligence persuasion, if you would like. Okay. Hold on. Okay. You think that you were actually able to get through to her. Whether or not she's going to, what she's going to do with that is unknown. But you know for a fact that whatever is left of Katya in there, you were able to contact her.
Okay.
All right. You still have a movement and a bonus action.
I'll try to move over here.
Okay.
Kind of draw its attention.
All right. Play passes to Reset.
Alright, I'm going to hop off of Arete
Okay.
and then use my action to spend 4 key points and go invisible.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna, while invisible, I'm gonna go ahead and move, let's see, 60. And then I will bonus action to dash to the other side near the head.
Okay.
Okay. And that's
This is using a flight speed, because I mean.
yeah, flight speed.
All right. Yeah.
Yep. And that'll be all my action economy for this turn.
Okay. All right. Play passes to reset.
I just
You
went.
mean me?
Oh, sorry. Play passes to Philippocles.
Bonus action rage.
All right.
Okay. There it is. That gives me half my movement. I'm flying. Use my movement now to get to here. And I will ask telepathically, are we focus firing or are we just hitting it?
I'm gonna try something with Grandma. But,
Okay,
you
I'll
can start.
I'll try and
I think,
distract this
yeah.
by the scarab thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'll move in a little. Boop. Here's 2 attacks. I am very reckless. This is 28 hit the lobster.
Let's see. 28. 28 does manage to hit. As a reaction,
Oh, okay.
they will cast Shield,
Ooh.
raising their AC by 5.
A lobster cast shield?
They are,
Okay.
you know,
Everything is
Like,
one.
everything is one right now.
Just
Everything
as
is
we will
one.
be should we fail.
Okay, okay.
Cyrus confirmed that there is Katya
Yeah,
in
I got
there.
you. I got you.
But currently they're, you know.
Yeah. I guess I was kind of hoping lobster would be like my speed.
All right.
And maybe the top would be like my body.
28 doesn't hit it with the shield spell, but a 30 does.
Awesome. Shield that. Crustacean.
The creature takes 20 points of damage.
0.1% down, 99.9 to go. I pass to Anastasia and say, it's not that tough!
That's just got an AC of 30 when it shields, no big deal.
No big deal. Yeah, Anna's just gonna say over the network, Cyrus is right, maybe we can get through to her. We gotta try. And then I'm gonna use my action, and she's gonna start to ignite, like she usually does when she does her Phoenix Flame. Kind of shielding, but this time we're casting, it looks similar, maybe it's just a lot more radiant. Casting Freedom of Movement on myself. So I'm looking at all these webs.
Okay.
So I'm just set myself on fire. There we go.
All right. Let's see. Apply freedom of movement to you. Here you go. And Anna, you watch as you cast freedom of movement on yourself. You see freedom of movement is cast on the prime.
Is cast.
Well, when you cast it on yourself, you apparently also cast it on the prime.
I cast it on me, I cast it on the crowd. Okay.
Oh, no, I can't grapple it! What is
Phil,
this?
Phil, you're not gonna be able to grab. Okay, I'll let everyone know that she saw me do something and then copied it immediately.
Oh, when you say that, there's another voice on the network, and it says, "We did not copy. You are a part of us now. It has already started. When you came through the gate, you started the joining."
Wow.
Cool.
Hopefully there's charisma saves to resist that.
Be at peace, Anastasia. All of the pain will be gone soon, and will never harm you again.
The only thing I know is that Katya could do everything by herself. She didn't need anyone else. And I'll fly over here and hide behind whatever I can get cover behind.
Okay, yeah, you just dig into them webs because they can't harm you with your freedom of movement.
Okay.
All right.
Who's got the bag of holding with our madness weapons?
The person whoever has the bag of holding. I don't know.
I think it's Phil. I think Phil always had it.
Action, everyone. Phil, you could use a little healing, yeah.
I'm max health.
You are?
Yep.
Looks like you have a little missing chunk there, or is that just a
No,
bug?
that's reduced max. That's
When-
just reduced max.
Wouldn't it all be purple?
I can't figure it out. I just did the math myself.
Okay. If you yeah, okay, so you don't have any damage, I won't heal you then. Alright. Bonus action. That's that. Action. Oh, a bonus action. You said we could use them. Could I try and? Oh, my checks suck.
Well, I mean, they didn't before, but after fucking traveling through all of the Hollow World to get here, yeah, I mean, you guys have run pretty ragged. It's almost like we simulated a level 18 dungeon without having to run an 18th level dungeon.
Alright, yeah, I guess I'm done.
Unless you guys really wanted to do a level 18 dungeon, but I felt like after you walked through hell, you probably didn't want to do another thing like that, but I don't know. Alright, so you're gonna just hold tight? Not gonna try anything with your bonus action?
Well, what kind of checks?
I mean,
could
worst case
make?
scenario, you fail.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's no critical fails here. You're safe from that skill challenge now. This is just regular 5th edition level 18 combat, gods fighting gods, just the normal stuff.
Okay. If you'll allow me, just no, because if I was trying to influence someone, that'd be my action, wouldn't it?
It would be an action to influence. Correct.
Okay, then I'll just try an insight.
Okay.
Guess what she just said to me on its deepest level.
Okay,
Maybe
fair
get some
enough.
info on that with my +0 insight. Here you go.
You have no idea what it means beyond the words that you heard and your own gut feeling.
Okay.
All right. So Katya's up, or at least the part of it that is Katya. As their turn comes up, you do hear the 4 bloops of its Paragon action economy. Alright. Let's see. Katya is going to... Yeah. The humanoid face looks at Hypatia. Sees that Hypatia is 80 feet away. Knows Hypatia is a math wizard and a master of counterspells. She's going to begin casting a spell.
I would like to potentially identify what that spell is.
Okay. So as part of the reaction, so go ahead and give me that. 21. She's going to drop a meteor shower.
Okay.
Or meteor swarm, excuse me.
I'm gonna counterspell.
Okay.
I'm gonna distant spell counterspell that.
All right. Very nice. Okay. Let's see. What does she have for this? Yes. Okay. You and she will make opposed caster checks as you go to counterspell it. If you beat her in this check, you will counterspell. If not, then you will take 1d10 psychic damage per level of the spell that was being countered. So this is rough. What level counterspell are you doing? I'm assuming a lower level one, and then you're trying to cast a check in general. Okay, so first check to see if you counter it at all. So you don't have any exhaustion, right? They got rid of it?
Yes,
Or do you
I did.
Okay, so then go ahead and give me...
I'm gonna use a DM inspiration anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 20, 20,
yeah.
21 will do it. All right, so now she is going to see if she can essentially psychically rebuke you for countering the spell. So here's her caster check. It is just a +9. Here we go. And yours is intelligence.
What? Oh, it's a charisma. Great. Okay, sure, fine.
All right. So as you counter the spell, the magic, describe countering a meteor swarm. That's fucking badass right there. Yeah.
So kind of what happens. Like Hypatia's counterspells have started to look more and more like Forbidden Time magic. So it is the meteors start to come down, and they're about to hit us, and then with extremely great mental effort, Hypatia literally just sends them back up into the sky.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. As you send them back up into the sky, and they wink back out of existence, turning into the small stars off in the distance that they started as, you feel a rebuke, as if a mother scolding a child. And you feel the psychic reverberations kind of flood through you as the creature delivers to you, specifically, 38 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
All right.
It's okay.
That is...
Oh, actually,
her turn.
I have resistance to psychic damage.
There you
I
go.
just realized that. Yeah.
All
That's
right.
19.
You monitor, Cyrus, the humanoid form, and you do see that you do note that the meteor swarm was definitely aimed at you and Hypatia and Bullbug and all these people. Definitely not towards Reset. So, all right. The Myrmekes Prime is up. This physical beast turns its full attention to Philippocles. Alright. It looks at you, Philippocles, and you hear many voices all at once say, "Father, I will show you how we have grown." And you see that its mandibles kind of reform to look exactly like the great axe of lordly might.
Oh wow!
2 of them.
All right. Yeah.
I respond psychically. No eternity of timeouts will right your wrongs.
Damn. All right. Let's see. It is going to. Yeah. All right. It is going to swing with its 2 great axes of lordly might. Here we go. Here's the first one. And then here's the second one. So let's see, a 34 for 20 and a 21 for 11. So that's not too bad. All right. Let's see. Does it have any bonus actions to use? Oh, yes. It will rage.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. Ooh. And then I think it's a bonus action that's allowed to try to grapple, right?
Yeah, if it didn't bonus action rage.
Ooh, you're right. Shit. Oh well. Alright. Then it will pass to Hypatia.
You should know better, son. If you want to grapple turn 1, you must give up an attack.
Oof.
Okay. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down swinging.
Okay.
We're gonna break out the big guns. I am going to wish for Katya to be affected by the 8th level spell, Mind Blank.
Okay, so you're wishing to cast Mind Blank, or you're wishing that she just fails against Mind Blank? Because that's a big difference.
So, it says it has to be against a willing creature.
Uh-huh.
So
She's not willing yet. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Okay.
yeah, my goal is to cut her off from the hive.
Okay. All right. Yes. High level wish arbiting. Hold on a sec.
I understand this borderline. I accept what you rule.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Wish, the mightiest spell. The things that you could do without fucking up your life forever. You can create one object to 25,000 GP in value that isn't magic. The object can be no more than 300 feet in any dimension, and it appears in ununpacked turn. You allow 20 creatures you can see to regain all hit points. You end all effects on them described in the Greater Restoration spell. You grant up to 10 creatures that you can see resistance to a damage type of your choice. Does that just last forever? What the fuck? You just give them resistance forever? Is this instantaneous? Jesus Christ. Are you guys just like not resistant to everything? Oh no, wait. No, I guess it does last forever. You can grant up to 10 creatures you can see immunity to a single spell or other magical effect for 8 hours. For instance, you can make yourself and all your companions immune to a Lich's life drain attack. Boy, that would have been cool. You undo a single recent event by forcing a reroll of any roll made within the last round. So Kyra's just wish on tap. That's amazing. Reality reshapes itself to accommodate the new result. For example, wish could undo an opponent's successful save, a foe's critical, or a friend's failed save. You could force the reroll to be made with advantage or disadvantage. You could choose whether to use the reroll or the original roll. You might be able to achieve something beyond the scope of the above examples. State your wish to the GM as precisely as possible. The GM has great latitude in ruling what occurs in such instances. The greater the wish, the greater likelihood that your life gets fucked up forever. This spell might simply fail, the effect you desire might only be partly achieved, or you might suffer some unforeseen consequence as a result of how you worded the wish. For example, wishing that a villain were dead might propel you forward in time to a period when that villain is no longer alive. That sounds like a Hypatia thing. Effectively removing you from the game. Similarly, wishing for a legendary magical item or artifact might instantly transport you to the presence of the item's current owner. Let's see. This. Oof. This is very important.
Wouldn't it be
the
crazy?
Stress.
Sorry.
Oh no, go for it.
Wouldn't it be crazy if she went back in time and stopped Katya from getting blown up, or like?
I mean, that's a dope ass wish, honestly.
Yeah.
The stress of cat. I mean, I'm a fan. Alright.
We could just wish. No, never mind. No evil genie.
Let me just throw it out there. What Red said just now is so fucking dope that I will fucking take all you and put you in the Tower of Praxis right the fuck now. While the other versions of yourself are watching watching Pythor die upstairs, and you could try to save Katya / the Myrmekes Queen from destruction to prevent the entire Myrmekes War from happening, and give Bullbug back his eyeball and Enika back her life.
Let's do it. I'm sorry, I speak. I don't.
Nope, I'm gonna put it in a poll. All right, this is Hypatia's wish though. And it will have consequences later on, but that's future Hypatia's problem.
Hell yeah.
All right. Wish ? Dope AF time travel side quest to rewrite history. Or let's see. Live with the consequences of the past. Go for a okay. Sorry for typos. Here we go. Oh, you can't read them, they're too long. The first one says dope as fuck time travel side quest. And then the other one says live with the consequences of the past. Go for a psychic separation on Katya. Oh man, 4-1. May I ask who wants to live with the consequences of the past? Just even.
I actually haven't even voted.
Oh. Somebody just
I only
voted.
have 4 votes.
Somebody
Crash, you
just voted. I'm not allowed to vote. I'm not allowed to vote.
Well, it's a stray. Who else is in the server? It's strays.
People
It's
can vote for.
racist like you guys.
You know people can vote for 2 things. You know people
Well,
can vote for 2
anyway,
things.
Yeah, I voted for
one,
2 things.
so-
I think both options are cool, honestly.
But honestly, though, Hypota, you are the one casting the spell.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this-
Okay, okay,
you have seen the results, but it's up to you.
Let's do time travel. Let's do time travel.
Oh shit. Okay. So this timeline, you and everybody, is fighting, is doing their stuff. And then suddenly they are not, but they will be? Question mark? Alright, so let me reset. You're all the way up there. Yeah, I'll get this sorted out. Hold on.
It's like you're sending avatars of us back to the.
Does that mean I get to be a Myrmekes Queen versus the other Myrmekes Queen?
I mean, that's what got teleported back in time. Alright, let's see. Did we archive the Praxis maps yet? Poop nuggets. Alright, I think I got it.
9:30. We can get
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
perfect,
yeah.
like,
This is a perfect time to stop with you guys disappearing, and then next week you will be back, what, 7-8 years ago for reset, like 108 years ago, at the Tower Praxis, right as the alarms are blaring and the sun is getting ready to detonate. Wow, that's awesome. Everybody take DM inspiration. That was fucking dope as hell.
Guys,
as we
we
get spooked out, I'm gonna whisper to Insect Katya that I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna make sure this doesn't happen.
Nice.
And as you disappear, you
Dude.
hear Grandma Katia say, "Do you promise?"
I do.
All right, that's what.
damn,
that's what
that's
we'll
way
end
cooler than my whisper of "You're a timeout."
it. Oh man.
Guys,
I also
we can save
yeah.
Worker 1768.
Oh man. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem, which the breaker of the wheel could tell you. This is a dangerous gambit, because if you do too much, how much do you change? Oh
Yeah,
shit!
butterfly effect. Also, we'll have
Hey,
between worlds particles furies after us, like a copy of each of the other furies that we were interacting at the tower. Faces us
Oh
down.
man, this is gonna be bananas. Okay, this is the good shit. This is that high level good shit. All
You
right,
can save those dragon eggs. No shit.
man.
All
right.
I think.
We are gonna
Or we
play.
could do the
ladies, and we
one
can get the
thing.
ambrosia.
Here's the thing though, if you see, we're gonna use these time travels. If you see yourselves, then it's real bad. So if you see yourselves, one of the selves will cease to exist.
Thank God I'm not there.
Oh yeah, you're not. Wow, you're playing Katya.
I'm pretty sure I'm dead. So
No, Buddy just has to cast Seeming on us again, so that we don't. No.
Oh, so that
I don't
you
have
so.
that prepared.
Oh my
Simon,
God! So it's
First
actually
body.
canonical that when you guys were to the walked by a group of guards, it was actually you guys walking by
Somebody didn't raise the
yourselves.
alarm.
Oh my God! All right, that's fucking crazy.
I'm watching every episode of Doctor Who. In preparation.
Oh man! All right, wow, that's a wild ass twist right there. Whew. Okay.
Take down the Myrmekes Queen. I could take her place and command
No,
the other Myrmekes Queens to go
stop.
back to their island.
Or not.
This
or
is
not.
actually
let's not.
Cyrus we're fighting.
Oh
God.
shit!
Cyrus is the lobster. Cyrus, why do you call me Dad? It's weird, man.
No, I was gonna make them go back to their island.
Fan fiction.
Phew. Oh man. All right. Well, that was incredibly unexpected. Okay. Also, the only reason I leaned into it is because it's such a risky time travel, and it's such a cool time travel. It's like way cooler than like, oh, I just go back and I tell Hypatia, don't go to that island.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's like,
We make
somebody,
Hypatia cast all her spell slots before.
somebody else would have.
Oh no, did my internet die?
No,
I'm
I
still
think
here.
I think we all just thought the same thing.
Yeah. So that's good shit. All right. Quick announcements. Tomorrow night, double feature, non D&D double feature. We've got Cyberpunk Red with Dom. So if you're interested in the Cyberpunk setting and learning alongside some new players and seeing how it's done, that is available. Or another option that has animated little people that their mouths open. That was pretty cool. Anyways,
I set up the things for Cyberpunk too. I'm sorry.
no,
my
and they have
God.
custom art by
Yeah,
me.
but custom-
You're
custom
supposed to be
chibi
our
art.
Alright.
team
That's
Pathfinder.
Quitting. I'm gonna spend all day tomorrow making my animated overlays better than.
Oh man, the internet keeps cutting out.
Yeah, it
Well, we
does.
know what he's saying.
He's cutting out. Okay, everyone's quiet, so I don't know what's happening anymore.
No, yeah, it's weird because the music's cutting out at the same time.
Will be me.
I-
Oh.
I guess I'll just finish the announcements. On Wednesday, Monster Hunter, we have probably the last session. We're getting our ass kicked. If you want to watch us get our ass kicked, Crash is probably going to die, and it's going to be sad and funny at the same time. Thursday, Curse of Strahd Nightfall. Friday, Orpheus is running
Rime of the Frost Maiden.
Rime of the Frost Maiden, and maybe a Crash Dom. They haven't talked about it, but it's probably happening. Saturday morning, Red-Handed Doom. Saturday night, Celasta.
Oh.
It's a lot of fun.
Also, my first session of
also,
my campaign I'm starting.
I was
Oh.
getting there, Red. Damn. Saturday night is also Red's first session, which is going to be way cooler than Celasta, so you should probably watch that instead. Sunday morning, Curse of Strahd Daybreak. Sunday night, Mythic Odysseys. They're going to Yonder. Monday,
Maybe.
we're
Maybe
going
I'm
to
gonna donate
Yonder.
a Fanspiration, but they have to go
I
to Yonder
already
to get it.
donated an inspiration that says, get your fucking ass to Yonder,
Yeah, no,
and
but
they
mine-
still didn't go.
Yeah, but mine's gonna be they only get it once they get to Yonder.
That's what I should have done. I should have put stipulation.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we stopped playing because my power went out. So
Oh, damn.
God.
Yeah,
Well,
Damn.
I'm finishing the announcements.
Yeah.
And then Monday we're back here. We're gonna be in the Tower of Praxis saving Katya's life.
all right,
Yeah.
sounds good. Recovery for me. Good night, everybody.
All right. Thanks
Good
everyone
night.
for watching. We'll see
Bye.
you guys next week.
Bye.
We're not taking next week off. We're taking the following week off.
No, we are.
No, it's next
we
week.
are next week
Oh.
off. We're not taking the 13th off.
Oh,
but
my bad.
Yeah,
I got it mixed up.
Yeah, no worries. No
The
worries.
cliffhanger.
All right. Thanks everyone
Oh,
watching.
that gives me a week to reset Praxis, so that's good.
Nice.
right.
Bye.
Good night, you guys.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone.
Have a good night.